Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and wave your hats for the playing of Star Spangled Banner under the direction of the Westside High School Director of Instrumental Music, Mrs. Hillary Pedro. Tonight, raising our flag to half-mast in honor of the brave soldiers who lost their lives evacuating Americans and our friends from Afghanistan, our United States Marines, Sergeant Klinger, Major Hubert, and Corporal Yellow. Please show respect and courtesy over your fellow fans, the officials, the coaches, and the players. Please remember to respect the game. The officials assigned to tonight's game have been selected in the sides. According to procedures adopted by the Ohio National Athletic Association, tonight's officials are Don DeRoa, back judge Michael Madden, umpire Pat DiBiaso, linesman Paul Mahachi, and line judge Anthony Kusas. The Westlake Youth Football Association is a nonprofit parent-led organization that offers an instructional football program for Westlake Youth in grades 1 through 6. WYFA is dedicated to teaching the youth of our community proper techniques on developing physical fitness, sports, and teamwork, and leadership skills in a positive and safe environment. We strive to provide opportunities for all participants to develop individual skills and abilities while being a contributing member of a team. It is important to WYFA that we provide a way for our athletes to build lasting friendships, make memories, and have fun. We are members of the Junior Browns, Cleveland Browns Thanks Program, USA Football Silver Certified, and competing in the Southwestern Conference. All of our coaches are USA Football Certified. The coaches are dedicated to promoting the core values of the organization. Women also have a priority for our coaches. Developing life skills, individual characters will guide our coaching decisions and action. Our goal is to be an organization that not only develops Westlake Youth football players that parents and coaches will be proud of, but also guide our athletes to become a positive contributor to any team they choose to be part of in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Let those hands hear you. Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, here are your Rhodes August football team.
And welcome here to the Westlake Demon Athletic Center. Standing through right here with Alan Wiley here for the Westlake Demons home opener against with the loss 28-6 last week. Both teams looking to turn it around this week in week 2. Alan?
Yeah, I think the keys for victory tonight is Rhodes runs a wing T offense, which if you've watched the Navy or Army game, it's like a triple option. So Westlake's going to have to stop the run and keep Rhodes' offense off the field. It may be crazy to say, but Westlake's best defense just might be their offense.
And Westlake here, a relatively young team with only 8 seniors. Last year they went 3-5, their most wins since 2016 when they won the playoff game. The last game they won was in 2018. The Demons hoping to turn it around this season, though. What do you think the keys are for this young lineup here?
I think the keys are start fast. If you get up on Rhodes early, you're going to take away their whole entire really game plan because they're not built to come back from 3 scores down. They're built to kind of run the clock. So if we can take that away from them early and often, there's no reason we shouldn't win this game.
And Rhodes elected to kick off first. The Demons will be receiving the kick. They've got Bauer and Will Ostrowski there back to take the kick. Will Ostrowski, a junior running back. He's really bust onto the scene since a freshman and been a key piece of the Demons offense these last couple of years.
Yeah, he's going to get his yards no matter who he plays against. I could see him going to a big school in a couple of years' time. Here we go.
And here we go. For the kickoff for Rhodes, it's Desean Coleman, and immediately a flag in the backfield. And we'll see what they call here on Rhodes. And it looks like it's going to be a false start on Rhodes.
Yeah, they're going to back him up 5 yards. They're about 30 now.
And this will make the kick a little bit farther here. The Demons looking for a big game from Ostrowski as well as their 2 wide receivers, Josh Bauer and Jason Eason.
Yep. Okay, take 2.
And hopefully the Demons will get some great field position here.
Yeah, if you're Rhodes, you don't want to kick it to Ostrowski because
he'll run it up your throat.
Yes, he will. He'll make you pay dearly.
And let's see Desean Coleman try again. And a little rolling kick rolls out of bounds at about the 40.
That's going to be
another flag.
Free kick out of bounds. So if you're Rhodes here, not a good start because you're giving Westlake, who is very a potent offense when they want to be, really great field position.
And you cannot be giving the Demons yards that they didn't earn.
No.
You cannot be doing that if you're Rhodes. You want to make them earn every single yard.
Yep. Yeah. If you're Rhodes, yeah, it's imperative that you don't give Westlake extra yardage because they'll make you pay.
Let's see where the refs spot the ball here. They're going to bring it back to the 30.
Yeah.
And third time's the charm, they say.
Hopefully.
Offsides again.
Rhodes again, another young team, only 14 seniors on that team, and you can see the inexperience playing here.
You can, and if
right
you're
from
Rhodes,
the kickoff.
If you're Rhodes, you're just begging for something bad to happen. I mean, if these many penalties, it's hard not to say, well, you're shooting yourself in the foot. As the old adage goes, penalties kill.
It's already 2 penalties for 10 yards so far on the game for Rhodes.
Okay, let's do this.
All right, third time's the charm, here's Cat.
And that kick barely sails 20 yards, and the Demons fumbled it, but luckily dove on top of it at the 48-yard line.
Yeah, luck was on Westlake's side there because it's very important to know if it bounces off a player, it is indeed a live ball. Good quickness by Westlake getting on it quickly, not allowing Rhodes to advance.
Just a little squib kick, barely sailed 15 yards.
Yeah, well, and they know about Ostrowski and Bauer, so their coach is probably telling them, kick it away from them.
Desean Coleman, more of a quarterback, running back, linebacker as he's listed, but the do-it-all guy, as you can see him there, trying to kick the ball as well.
Yep. Now here comes Mackie Keenan. He's got to get better on his passing. Turnovers really killed Westlake last week because, that was probably part of the reason that they lost 43-7 was because of the turnovers that they were committing. So Keenan's got to get, his head out of the gutter and let's play some ball.
And that handoff to Ostrowski is stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there on the play.
And, well, the Rams had that play sniffed out. I mean, their defense, what I heard from Coach LaRocco is they're physical and they're fast. That's going to try to match up well against Ostrowski. He's got to find the holes in the defense. And sometimes you may have to live with those 2 or 3 yard gains. Just take what they give you. Don't try to force anything.
Keenan throwing. Near side, caught by Arrington Taylor. He'll tumble out of bounds at the 54-yard line.
Yeah, nice job there by Keenan. We got a flag now. Let's see where that is.
And it's
a holding of some sort.
It's gonna move that back for the Demons.
Yeah, not a good penalty at all. I mean, you had a good 7-yard gain, 8-yard gain brewing, and now instead of 3rd and manageable, you're facing 2nd and a country mile. So really for Westlake, you got to be concerned about the penalties. You got to be disciplined against this Rhodes team because this team is no pushover. They've proven that time and time again.
And that's something that plagued a young Westlake team last year was penalties.
Right.
And they hope not to repeat that again this season.
Yep. Well, I just call a quick little underneath route. Try to get it to Ostrowski or Taylor.
Ostrowski runs it up the middle, grabs about 4 yards on the play.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, take what you can give him. Ostrowski did a nice job of just making something out of nothing because I promise you, if you get those 4 or 5 yard gains in the first half, those are going to turn into 14, 15 yard gains in the second half. So nice job there by the Demons.
3rd and 17 here. Keenan takes the snap, rolling, and ball is out, and the Demons are going to fall on it. Keenan is sacked and stripped, but the Demons will come up with it. That's Ben Grudzian.
Yeah, we got a flag on the play. The Keenan Butterfingers, you can't allow that. The last thing you want on this Rhodes wing T offense is to give them good field position because they will score and they will wear you down until you have nothing left in your tank.
And 4th down, looks like the kicking team's coming on here for the Demons.
Okay.
4th and
20. Yeah.
And their punter, Mackie Keenan, shoots that up about 50 yards high and only about 20 yards long.
Yeah,
goes out of bounds.
Not a good punt. Exactly what you wanted to avoid. Giving this Rhodes Ram offense a good field position. Keenan's got to do better, placing those punts better because Rhodes is going to try to grind the game out. They're not going to try to do anything stupid. It's just a simple run up the middle, your typical triple option defense, kind of like what you see with Army and Navy. They're going to run it a little bit, and then they're going to throw it over your head. Westlake's got to be careful.
Rhodes is going to take over here at their own 45-yard line. And let's see what this Rhodes offense has in store. Desean Coleman at the helm and quarterback.
They want to take as much time off the clock as they can. You see offenses now try to score as quickly as they can. Rhodes wants to take off about 9 or 10 minutes off the clock and tire you out. It's a methodical offense indeed, but trust me, it works, and it works to perfection if you know how to work it.
And a little option there for Coleman as he decides to take it up the middle himself for a gain of 1.
Yeah, nice job there by Taylor, trying to seal off the edge there. Just trying to go up the middle was Coleman. It's imperative for Westlake to get these guys before they start getting going, because even if they get 4 or 5 yards, a pop, that's going to pay dividends later in the game. So nice job there by Taylor, sealing off the option play and really giving Coleman nowhere to go.
And we've got a player down on the field already.
Yeah,
I believe that's Desean Coleman, and this could be trouble for Rhodes.
It is. You definitely don't want that for a guy of Coleman's stature, but if you're Rhodes here, the last thing you want is to lose your starting quarterback on the first offensive series of the game.
Coleman will hobble off the field here and go to the medical tent where
hopefully it's not too serious.
It's looking like that right ankle that he's hobbling on.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe Arrington nicked him a little bit too hard.
On the tackle there. Yeah. You hate to see that.
You do. I mean, especially for, these high school kids, because they leave everything out in the field. I mean, I think everyone does, but mostly for high school because this is really their only opportunity, and they want to seize it by the horns, and the last thing you want is to get injured.
Desean Coleman, a junior, and here's a run up and that's a good run, and it looks like Dion Fliad will be knocked out of bounds with the first down.
Yeah, that was Floyd there. He's a quick running back. He can give teams fits if you don't wrap him up quickly, and he can really, break it big like you just saw there. If Westlake doesn't be careful, he's going to run right to that end zone.
Gain of 12 on the play for Dion.
Yep. He's kind of what Westlake's Will Ostrowski is. He's a home run hitter, and he's elusive. Exactly what you want in a running back.
And now Rhodes has, can't tell who that is that they have now at the QB, unfortunately. Handoff again, comes to the outside, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds by Ostrowski. Gain of 3.
Yeah, Ostrowski doing a nice job there, trying to seal off the edge quickly. If you want to hold an offense to a minimum amount of yardage, 3 yards would be the ideal minimum because, if you let Rhodes just run for these 3 or 4 yard chunks on first and second down, believe me, you're going to pay. Obviously, Rhodes just not doing anything stupid. They're methodical, shove that ball down your throat, just like the old-fashioned teams.
And Victor Pratt's here taking over at quarterback for Rhodes. We'll see what he can do. Can he throw the ball? Is he a runner?
Well, and the thing that kind of gets advantage of him is Rhodes doesn't throw the ball anyways, so he should be okay as far as that's concerned.
He fakes a couple handoffs there and rumbles up the middle for a gain of 5.
Yep, and that's what Rhodes wants to do. They want to get these just little hunks of yardage, 3 or 4 yards on second and first down, and they want to create a third and short, and they want to punish you with a good 2-3 yard first down run. So Westlake's going to have to stack the line of scrimmage because, believe me, that Rhodes offense is going to run right at the defensive line.
We've got 3rd and 4 coming up for Rhodes at the 39-yard line. Victor Pratt and Tayon Floyd in the backfield. Pratt is going to fake the handoff, run up the middle, and he's going to be brought down. It's going to be close.
Yeah, and even if he is short, don't be surprised if Rhodes goes for it because they trust their quarterbacks with really their lives. If you got a 4th and 1 or a 4th and 2, don't not bet on them coming out with a goal line set. That is if they didn't give it to him, that is.
And you can see Rhodes doesn't have the most faith in their quarterbacks. In their throwing ability, that is. They either want to hand it off or they have the option to take it themselves.
Well, and that's kind of what the wing T offense is. It's like a read option. You either hand it off to your running back or you keep it. So I don't know how much arm strength this guy has, but I do know that he can run. So Westlake's going to try to have to seal off the edges and up the middle. Anywhere that Rhodes thinks that they can exploit, you got to take that away because if they do, they're going to run right at your defensive line, which is one of Westlake's glaring weaknesses, and Rhodes loves that.
Here come the chains.
Did he get it?
It's going to be a first down.
Yeah, just got it by the hair of a football. So now, if you're Westlake, that's the worst thing you can have happen because now Rhodes is going to take even more time off that clock and keep Keenan and the offense off the field.
And 47-yard line for Rhodes is going to be first down in Demon territory here. Let's see how the Demons can do.
Yeah, they run a 3-4 defense, and the 4 linebackers are their main strength. So expect those guys to step up as we got a whistle.
And timeout Rhodes.
Yep.
You can see Josh Bauer, the Demons safety. They got one safety back there. Not scared of the passing game by Rhodes.
No.
Westlake Board of Education has declared its buildings and grounds no smoking areas. Your cooperation in maintaining
We talked about keys to the game. One thing I forgot to mention was Rhodes, like I said, runs a wing T offense, and that's a problem for the defensive line because that's one of our weaknesses. And if Rhodes is going to want to run right at that defensive line. So the more yards that they can get, the more confident they get, and more importantly, the more tired that Westlake gets. So Westlake's going to have to try to push them back as much as you possibly can. As far as Westlake is concerned, they only need to be concerned about taking Rhodes backwards, and right now, it doesn't seem like they're doing that. So they're going to have to improve if they want to improve to 500 early on.
It's going to be a battle of running this game with Dion Floyd and the Rhodes whole gaggle of running backs, and read options versus Will Ostrowski and Arrington Taylor on the Demons.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of running. I think it's going to be you remember the old football games, 1970s, where all they would do is just pound the ball up the middle. That's all that you're probably going to see. Maybe a few deep passes here and there, but the clock's going to be running pretty dang on fast.
It's going to be an old school gridiron game here.
Just how we like it.
Victor Pratt drops back. He fires deep, and it's caught. What a spectacular catch! Oh, but
no, it's out of bounds.
And he's going to drop that ball in the end zone. That was Jamal Sumlin.
Yeah, and that's what Rhodes is going to want to do. They're going to want to lull you to sleep with the running games, about 3 or 4 or 5 yards a gain, and then they're going to want to chuck it right over your heads. Westlake dodged a bullet there, but they're going to have to drop at least one safety back in the end zone to be prepared for the deep ball.
And that was a great effort by Jamal Sumlin. It looked like he came up with it, but couldn't maintain possession through the ground.
Yeah, and it was a little high, too, so I think that didn't really help Sumlin at all, but it was a good effort by him.
It was great coverage on the play there from Joe Bowersock.
Yep.
The young junior. And here comes Victor Pratt, and he's wrapped up and pushed out of bounds. Gain of 3 on the play.
Yep. Pratt, obviously your typical triple option quarterback at 3 yards in a cloud of dust. If you recognize that saying, that's what Woody Hayes used to say. But, I mean, Pratt's, he's more of a mobile runner, which Rhodes wants in their quarterbacks. They want a capable thrower, but a mobile quarterback. And as long as Pratt can run it, up the middle, get about 3 or 4 or 5 yards of carry, that's all you really need. And so the advantage for Rhodes is, even with their backup quarterbacks, they still know the triple option. They still know the wing tee. They won't have to throw it in the air much.
3rd and 7. Pratt is knocked in the backfield, but there's a flag on the play.
Yeah, we got a flag. And a great job there by Westlake. Desean said, "Not on my watch," and brought him down.
Ben Grudson back there comes up with the loose ball on the play. Great play by the Demons.
Oh, wonderful play. That's exactly what they needed. Desean, one of the key players on the defense, gave Pratt a good hit, fumbled the ball. Pratt fumbled, and Desean recovered it. 1st and 10 Westlake.
Pratt there. They were trying to do some sort of handoff. You couldn't really tell what it was, but it was blown up instantly by that Westlake defense.
I think it was supposed to be a handoff, but Westlake blew it up in their face. Pratt's got to make sure that he holds on to that football, because that was the problem last week, and that'll continue to haunt them if they don't watch out. We got to.
Ostrowski pile driving a man for a few extra yards. He gets 9 on the play.
Yeah, like a poor man's Derrick Henry there. If he sees a hole, he's going to run through it. If he sees a player, that's okay. He'll run through them too and get some positive yardage. Kind of like what Jaquan Hardy did a couple years ago for Westlake. Great run by Ostrowski.
Easton and Rummel near side. Josh Bauer far side. Ostrowski in the backfield. Little pitch out to Ostrowski, and he is wrapped up. He stretches out. Let's see where they mark it. And it's going to be a 3rd and short here.
Yeah, 3rd and short. Rhodes, Pope got him first. This Rhodes defense is, and I quote from Coach LaRocco, physical and fast. They're going to get to the ball in a hurry. So Ostrowski, if he sees a hole, he's going to have to run through it quickly because the Rams are going to be closing on him fast. So it's going to be a 3rd and about the length of the football.
And they are not going to get that one, as that little play is blown up. Keenan with the loss.
Yeah, Keenan with the little quarterback sneak. Nice job there by Rhodes. Great job just blowing that play up before it even got started. I mean, if you want to stop a player on a 3rd down and a half yard, you're going to have to blow it up right from the get-go. Rhodes did that and then some. So great stand there by their defense.
And it looked like they were going to hand it off to Matt Porcelli, but Keenan decided to pull the handoff and take it himself.
And it didn't work.
Did not work out. And they're going to go for it here on 4th down.
This could be a ploy. Well, we'll see.
Flag on the play. It looked like they were Keenan was trying to draw them off sides on a 4th and 4. Let's see if it works.
Yeah, that's a free 5 yards.
That is a free 5 yards. The Demons are going to try again here.
If you're Rhodes, that's a physical mistake because You had them on a 4th and 4, and they were getting ready to punt if they couldn't draw them off sides, and Rhodes knew that, but they jumped anyways. So Westlake, if you're Mackie Keenan, luck was on your side there.
A veteran move by Keenan. Here's Keenan rolling far side. Pass is caught by Rummel. Gain of 4 on the play.
Yeah, Keenan, a little ding and dunk kind of pass. Westlake, when they do throw it, it's more of a West Coast offense. It's a short to intermediate passing game.
Mm-hmm.
They want to get you into space, and they want to get you, on where they know you can succeed. And we have the receivers to do that. You look at Rummel, look at Bauer, you look at Eason. If Rhodes gives up an inch of open field, they're in big trouble. So Rhodes has to make sure that their coverage is tight coverage, very good zone coverage, and make sure that Keenan has nowhere to throw the ball.
Ostrowski stuffed on the run there. Nothing there. Second and 10 coming up.
What you saw there, the offensive line was just completely overwhelmed. Rhodes, what they did was they just rushed the offensive line with pure numbers, and Alejandro got in there first, helped out by a lot of Rams. So Ostrowski's a marked man on the Rhodes defense, believe me.
Here's Easton near side, guarded by Ray Black Coburn. Keenan drops back, and he's going to fire it in the flat to Ostrowski. He's got room to run. He'll make a little move, and it's going to be close again.
Yep, a little simple swing pass into the flat. I don't think he got it there, but nice job by Ostrowski trying to make a man miss. But the problem was there was another defender right there to back him up. So Ostrowski really didn't have much place to run. And I think we're going to be a little bit short.
The Demons are going to go for it again here on 4th down. Dan LaRocco being very aggressive here early on.
If you're Rhodes, do not jump offside because that'll give us a free first down.
And Ostrowski, it's going to be real close again there. He wasn't able to stretch out very much. That was a good tackle.
Yep, Rhodes did a good job. The coach preaches them, they not just tackle, but wrap up.
Yeah, he wrapped him up.
Pope got him there on the stop, and they wrapped him up, gave Ostrowski no place to go, and it's a first down for Rhodes.
Turnover on down for the Demons.
Yep.
But after you go for 4th down, might as well go for the other one.
Yeah.
The Westlake Demon Athletic Booster provides support and funding to all
You love to see that, Westlake taking a chance, something that they haven't done in a lot of years. You could sit here and see a blowout. It's nice to see them trying to take a chance.
Well, and really, Westlake's got nothing to lose. They haven't made the playoffs in 5 years, so they're going to do anything and everything to just go back to respectability. This is a very young, talented team. LaRocco knows that, so he's going to help them keep it all on the field. Let's see if that'll be enough.
On the line, they've got Cole Slikwinski, Angel Jaminian, and Kareem Sadiq. As Tavion Floyd takes off. And that's a gain of 25 on the play.
Well, Floyd, if you thought Ostrowski was fast, Mr. Floyd is a speeding lightning bolt. Once he sees open field, he sees it, and he takes advantage. He gains 25 yards at a play that would probably ordinarily go for just 10 or 11. So great job there by Floyd getting into open field and making the most of it. That's what you got to do with your running back. If you see a hole in the defense, blast through it, because you could turn maybe a 3-yard gain into a 5-yard gain, or like we just saw there with Floyd, a 10-yard gain into a 25-yard gain. Watch for Floyd as we go on to this game, because he could be a major player.
Handoff is faked, and Victor Pratt comes up the sideline. That was a great pull there by Victor Pratt.
Wonderful pull. It was a read option play. Now, what a read option is, hold that thought, because that's coming back.
As you can see there, Cooper Rummel with a great tackle. Blew that play up, but
problem was
got the handoff right out in time.
Yeah, and that's like a read option. If you see your middleman, which would be Rummel in this case, going to the running back, Pratt knew that. He pulled it, he kept it, and very nearly took it in.
That was a veteran play by Pratt there.
Yep. Play. Dead ball foul, personal foul. On the defense. Number 4.
That's not good.
15 yards from the end of the run.
Well, that adds 15 yards to the end of the run. Rhodes is right on the fringes of taking an early lead. Half the distance to the goal. Rhodes is right there at the end zone. You can bet that Pratt and or Floyd is going to pound it right at this defensive line. They're going to have to step up here if they want to keep the Rams to a field goal or off the scoreboard.
It is 1st and 10 at the 11 here for Rhodes. Victor Pratt. Here's Tavion, and he is wrapped up in the backfield. Angel Jaminian blows that up, the senior.
great job there by Jeminian. I think one of the best defensive linemen in the conference. And Jeminian said, "Not in my house," pushed Rhodes back. That was Floyd on the carry. Westlake was not going to be fooled by that option play that time. It's now a second down, and I believe, 11?
Jeminian has been a big part of this Demons defense the last 3 years. You also see Kareem Sadiq and Cole Swiklinski on the line.
Yep.
For the defensive backs, we've got Keenan, we've got Malik Musla, and Braylon Burnett.
The interesting thing will be how quickly do these teams tire up, because the players play on both sides of the ball, so it'll be interesting.
As Pratt is wrapped up by Mackie Keenan, quarterback to quarterback.
Yeah, Pratt got wrapped up by his fellow quarterback there. Great job by Keenan. Even though he's a quarterback, he still knows how to wrap up and bring him down. That's kind of what Rhodes did to Ostrowski. Westlake took a page out of Rhodes' book, and now we got a 3rd and long, which is exactly what Rhodes did not want to have, because their offense is all operating about 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. They cannot really handle 3rd and 12, 3rd and 13.
All right, fans, let's get behind this defense. Let's go deep.
And let's see if the Demons can make a stand here. 3rd and long for Rhodes. They've got Tavion in the backfield. Pratt, he's going to look near side. It is caught, and he is going to fight his way into the end zone. That is Jamal Sumlin with the touchdown.
Yeah, great job there by Sumlin. If they're going to throw the ball, that's their go-to receiver. One of the top players in Rhodes' conference. Sumlin just used his pure speed and fight to get into that end zone. It's 6-0 Rams.
2 guys around someone, and he just goes up and gets it.
Yep.
And bullies his way into the end zone.
He's your stereotypical receiver. Just check it up there. He'll go up and get it like he just showed you right there.
Rhodes is going to stay on the field. Looks like they're going for 2 here. They've got Deshaun Lane out far side. And Victor Pratt is going to keep it himself, rumbling up the middle for the 2-point conversion.
Yep, and that's exactly what Rose wanted. They wanted a nice 2-point conversion, and their advantage for Rose is that's a short yardage situation. And so that short yardage situation for Rhodes is big because they're going to line up in like those big goal line sets and pound it right at you, which Westlake cannot handle. Pratt did his little straight quarterback sneak, and it paid off.
That's where you wonder if the 3-4 is really working for Westlake. Maybe put a few more bodies on the line against this heavy running Rhodes offense.
I think you do, because Rhodes is showing that they're really, Westlake's shown an ability to stop them at times, but Rhodes is moving the ball down the field almost at will. So Westlake and Coach Loacker are going to have to come up with something. Maybe bring an extra safety or 2 up in the box to try to combat that run. But the danger of that would be if they go back to throw, they could just chuck it over the players' heads, and there's really nothing to stop the Sumlin or whoever they throw it to. So it's kind of a big dilemma for the Westlake defense, because it's almost like, what are you going to do?
Yeah, it's a very interesting offense here for Rhodes. Really no emphasis on the quarterback. They don't necessarily have to be able to throw the ball. And Rhodes is just running it up at will. Any player, it seems, is a threat to run the ball for Rhodes.
What also helps is they have one of the biggest offensive lines in the state. So, they're really pushing Westlake defensive line back. A lot of the Westlake defensive linemen are basically relying on their speed. Against Rhodes, you got to use a little bit more muscle. If you don't, you're going to get overwhelmed up front.
And now we have Arion Cowling taking the kickoff here. And his kick is going to roll out of bounds at the 30.
Let's see what Westlake chooses to do.
Flag on the play. And kicking seems to be a huge struggle for Rhodes.
Yeah. Well, and you wonder if that's why they went for 2.
Yeah.
That was my initial thought.
Makes sense now after seeing that kick.
Yeah.
And, having a good kicker is very important, and it can give you a huge advantage, especially in high school football.
Yeah, it's a very underrated position. People look at the kickers as having an easy job, but they don't. The deeper the kick, the deeper your opponent gets pinned. So you might want to pass that off to the Rhodes players.
Having a player who can make a 30, 40-yard field goal in high school opens up a whole new Pandora's box of options that you can do.
Absolutely. If you're Westlake, you want to take some time off this clock, because if Rhodes gets the ball back, they're going to take the air out of the football. They're going to run it right at you. So Westlake's got to keep that offense off the field.
They've got Keenan And Rummel in the backfield. Arrington and Taylor in the slot. And Keenan's going to pump fake, and he'll be brought down for a loss of 5.
Yeah, just the offensive line just collapsed like a bunch of dominoes. You saw Rhodes just using their sheer physicality. They're a very physical defense. Keenan really had no place to go. I think the best option there was to take a sack, or else that would have been bad.
That's one of the things you lose when you put Rummel and Taylor in the backfield as opposed to Ostrowski.
Yep.
Here comes Rummel. Cutting up. Oh, and that ball is going to be knocked loose, and it is recovered by Rhodes.
Worst possible thing that could happen. If you're Cooper, you got to tuck that ball under your arms because Rhodes, they want that football more than anything. Stephen Cummings with a great job recovering that fumble. The thing is with Rhodes, if they see the ball on the ground, they're going to rampage towards that thing. So Westlake, you got to do a better job of ball security, especially against this wing T offense, or you're going to see yourself in a long night.
And time of possession already looking bad for Westlake comparatively to Rhodes.
And that's really important because with the triple option offense, the triple option is all about taking time of possession. And Rhodes is doing just that. Westlake's got to make some adjustments here.
That's kind of the same thing for Westlake. They're a heavy running offense as well. You see there when they move Taylor to the slot and Cooper Rummel in the backfield, and they put Ostrowski out in the receiver, you can see the blocking immediately falls off.
Well, the thing is, a lot of the Rhodes players are bigger than the Westlake guys, and if you really rely on Ostrowski to block, that's not going to work. He's going to get pushed back, and Westlake's got to keep an eye out for that.
Interception in the end zone by Ostrowski. Not really sure what happened there. He threw that ball about 50 yards to absolutely no one. Not a single Rhodes player within 10 yards of that ball.
He threw it away, and I think Pratt's just trying to make lemonade out of lemons, which is okay to a certain extent, but you can't keep doing something stupid. Westlake just got all their momentum back. Ostrowski not only good on the offensive side of the ball, but on the defensive side, and he just showed that right there. Great interception by Ostrowski at a very opportune time.
And if you're Victor Pratt, if you're going to throw the ball away, why not throw it out the sideline instead of trying to throw it 45 yards out the back of the end zone?
Well, right. Why not run it? Because he's shown us that he can run.
Very interesting play there.
Yeah.
And you can see the inexperience at the quarterback position there. The backup QB, Victor Pratt's in the game.
Well, and I think that's where really getting Coleman injured was just devastating because Pratt does not have really any experience running this Rhodes offense. I mean, sure, you have practice, but that's nothing to a live game. And I think that it's inexperience, like you said, Johnny, is showing. I mean, he just threw it up for anybody. And as a quarterback, that's a cardinal sin. So you really can't do that.
It looked like it was a field goal on the way.
Yeah, I mean, Pratt, I think he felt the pressure. He wanted to do something with the football and ended up, well, he did something already. He threw a pick. So, I mean, sometimes it is better to take a sack. I mean, at least you still have the football.
Ethan and Caden Cole far side. Rummel in the slot. Josh Bauer out far side. And Ostrowski in the backfield. And that's the look for your Demons here. And
you got a flag.
Flag in the defensive backfield.
I'm guessing it's going to be encroachment. Somebody probably jumped the gun a little bit.
It looks like too many men on the field there.
Yep. Yeah, you're right.
And that was Messiah Loftus just running onto the field there.
The disadvantage of having a young team early in the season like this, you're going to have these disciplinary mistakes. The Rhodes coach has to try to limit these as much as possible. And
Keenan rolling far side, pass is nearly picked off through the hands of a Rhodes defender. That was intended for Josh Bauer.
Yeah, but he was covered well by that defender. If you're Keenan, you want to consider running there. I mean, Rhodes knows what he can do, so they had their defenders right up on him and very nearly picked it off. Not a smart decision by Keenan there.
And Keenan, he's been the quarterback at the helm of this offense for the past 3 years. He's a senior now. And let's see if he can step it up here and make something happen here.
Well, he's going to need to. If Westlake wants a good season, they're going to have to rely a lot on Keenan.
Pitch to Ostrowski, nothing there. He bounces back the other way. He's got defenders around him, does a stiff arm, and he looks like he's going to scrape up 2 yards there.
Yeah, great job by Ostrowski getting something out of nothing. He saw that the inside wasn't open. He bounced back up to the outside. He had a couple defenders around him, no problem. He was going to get some positive yardage. Yes, it's only a gain of 2, but that can really demoralize a defense to think, oh, we had him in the backfield only for him to get positive yardage.
That could have been a lot worse.
Yes. Oh, very much so.
Keenan takes the snap, and he's going to keep that one himself, fakes a handoff to Ostrowski, and it looks like he's going to dive up for the first
I
down.
think he's got it. Yeah, nice job there by Keenan. The little straight ahead quarterback keeper. That's what you want in a quarterback. He doesn't have to be a good runner. Keenan's not a great runner by any means, but if you have a 3rd and 1 and 3rd and 2, he can get you those 2 or 3 yards and then some. So a great play call by Westlake. Nice little read option play.
Keenan, a very big guy, 6'5". Keenan drops back, fires far side, and it is picked off. Oh my. Desean Lane goes up and losses the offensive player there.
Well, great job there by Lane there. He soared up there like a falcon, kind of like DeAndre Hopkins does with the Cardinals. But let's see. An interception there by Lane. You know, that's one of the defenders you do not want to throw to, and Keenan threw it right to him. So if you're Mackie Keenan, you got to make smarter decisions. I'm sorry, it's like death by 1,000 paper cuts. So Westlake just got to cut down on the turnovers, and you'll be okay.
That pass was intended for Rummel.
Yep.
And Rummel, a much smaller player, only about 5'9".
He's around 5'9", 5'10", and Rhodes knows that. So he put one of their biggest, tallest defenders on him, and it paid dividends right there.
And that guy can jump out of the room. Here comes the handoff up the middle. That was Jamarius Hope. He gets a gain of 8 on the play.
Yeah, nice job there by Hope. The one thing about this Rhodes offense, we got to listen. Here we go.
And it looks that could be Mackie Keenan down.
Oh, no.
And Mackie Keenan is laying down at the 45-yard line. Looks like an ankle injury or something in his knee.
That's the last thing you want for Westlake, especially for Mackie Keenan, because this is his senior year. Hopefully it's not too serious.
And that can be the consequences with playing both sides of the ball, especially your quarterback.
Yeah, and especially against a team like Rose, because if they see you, they're going to light you up. And I think Keenan learned that the hard way there.
Rhodes they're big, strong guys.
Yep.
A big, strong team.
Yeah, I think he'll be okay. He's a very tough guy, as we well know.
Keenan appears to be walking without the help of anybody.
Okay, well, then that's good. I wonder if he got a little cramped up a little bit.
Hopefully nothing serious.
Yeah.
Of course, the trainer, AJ Sardini, will take care of him from University Hospitals.
One of the best trainers in the business, in our humble opinion. So as I was saying, the thing with Rhodes' offense, if one of those players sees even a little crack in the defense, they're going to exploit it for about 5-6 yards. Westlake has to make sure that nothing gets past them, because if you do, you're going to have Hope or Floyd running right past you to the end zone, and that's the last thing you want, the way this offense is playing.
Jamarius Hope and Tavion Floyd have been the running back dynamic duo for Rhodes this evening. And an interesting formation here. 4 men in the backfield. 3 running backs, and the snap is muffed.
Don't know who's got it.
Rhodes is going to fall right back on that one. An interesting play. It was Drayvon Welch. Looked like it was just a wildcat play there and muffed the snap.
Yeah, I think what they were trying to do is they were trying to get the old, like I said, the goal line set. They got 3 running backs in there for blocking, and that's the end of the first quarter. 3 running backs in there for blocking. I would guess that Welch was going to try to run it right at the defensive line.
They had Trayvon Welch rather than Victor Pratt in the game.
Yeah.
And the Demons at the end of the first down, 8-0.
Well, and I think that this is really one of the best case scenarios if you look at how they played. Westlake committed 2 turnovers, basically 3 with the turnover on downs. Rhodes could have made this easily a 2 or 3 score game. But, I mean, if you're Westlake, you got to cut down on the mistakes, because if you make mistakes, Rhodes will make you pay with at least 6 or 7 points, maybe 8 if they decide to go for 2. So Rhodes is definitely not a team you want to let score, because if they get up by about 2 or 3 scores, the game's pretty much over, because they're going to run about 9 or 10 minutes off the clock. You're not going to have time to get the ball back.
And yeah, it's been a great job by the Deans mitigating the damage. It could have been a lot worse.
Yep.
An interception that could have been a fumble, turnover on downs, but only down 8 after all that.
It's still anybody's game, and I think they got to keep their heads up. Rhodes is a very hard-nosed team, so Westlake's going to have to match their physicality and then some if they expect to come out here winners. So let's see what adjustments they've made.
Pratt's is going to keep it. He's going to bounce outside and gain of 8 or 9 on the play for Pratt's.
Yep, Pratt's definitely a capable order, which you basically have to be if you run a wing T. And Rhodes saw that in him. He, saw that the inside was not open. That's okay. He bounced to the outside and got Rhodes a fresh set of downs, which is the last thing you want if you're Westlake.
1st and 10 on the 38-yard line. Player down for Rhodes by their own sideline. You can see Keenan on our sideline. He's getting taped up now.
Yeah, he should be okay. I think mainly the thing is they're all cramping. It's a hot day. It's even hotter up on the field, so expect to see a lot of cramping. Get some water, get some tape. They should be right back out.
And it's like it could be a cramp for this Rhodes player as well. They appear to be stretching him out on the 40-yard line.
Yeah.
So, round of applause for Victor Pratt, ladies and gentlemen. Victor Pratt.
So
That
Pratt's
was Victor Pratt's, and now Rose is on to their 3rd quarterback.
yeah. If you're Rhodes, these quarterbacks, you got to keep them protected, because the last thing you want is one of the injuries to come back in and make it all worse. So let's see what this guy can do.
Rhodes' offensive line has been something to talk about this game. Gabriel DeJesus, Jaquan Nixon, LeVar Johnson, and Alex Harris. A great group of linemen here for Rhodes.
Yeah, I'd want to run behind them all day long if I could. These linemen, they're going to pave the way for their running back and quarterback respectively. The defense, it's very important that you get a good push as soon as the play starts. If you don't, they're going to get about 6 or 7 yards every play.
And Desean Coleman is back into the game for Rhodes as he hands it off to Tavon Floyd. He's going to bounce out, and he is knocked out of bounds hard by Arrington Taylor and Ben Grudson.
Yeah, Taylor and Grudson came up and gave him a bit of a whip there. Knocks him out of bounds.
Still gets the first down.
Still gets the first down, however. If you're Rhodes, that's exactly what you want. You don't want anything, you don't want to do anything stupid. Just get the first down, and let's review.
Tavion Floyd, he is really fast turning that corner.
Yeah.
They have got Jamal Sumlin.
Watch out for him.
Tayshawn Lane as the receivers here. Coleman in the backfield. Hand off to Jamarius Hope. Flags flying all over the place.
That's probably
Jamarius
holding.
Hope runs up for a gain of 17.
Yeah,
Flags everywhere.
that's coming back, though.
And another flag on the play as Jamarius Hope is lying down in pain on the track. It's been a penalty-heavy game.
Yeah. And if you're a physical team, you kind of run the risk of that. And Rhodes and Westlake are both extremely physical, so I think we kind of expected that going in.
Rhodes with 4 penalties for 40 yards. If this one stands.
There's no official call yet. They're probably talking it over.
And the officials speaking it over there. As Rhodes' offense starts to trot back to the 30.
Yep.
And Westlake is going to need to clean this game up. They can, let Rhodes penalties work against them, play a clean game, and use that to your advantage.
You don't want to cancel Rhodes penalties out with one of your own. So Westlake's going to have to play head up, disciplined football. You're going to have Rhodes at a 1st and long, which Rhodes does not want. So
Rhodes, they're going to try to rough you up. They're going to try to hit you hard, but you just got to take it.
Yep.
Can't get angry and
bounce off.
move on.
Yep.
As the official is still discussing this, it looked like there could have been a late hit as Jamarius Hope was already out of bounds.
Yeah, I can see that.
Could be offsetting penalties on the play here.
We'll have to replay it down if it is. I don't know what they could be possibly talking about right now.
We'll see as the head official comes out to talk to both coaches. Coach Daniel Rocco is his 4th year as the head of the program. Only one win in his tenure. Well, 1-win season and a 3-5 season.
But he develops these guys well. Look at
Yes, they have a young
does.
team. And hopefully he can develop this talent, and in 2 years, all these freshmen and sophomores can really be a great team on this team.
I think they will. I think Loracco knows what he's doing. This team's definitely heading in the right direction.
3 fouls on the play.
Yep. We got the holding one.
Number 1, 10-yard penalty. Blindside, personal foul, blindside block on the offense, 15 yards from down there.
That's interesting.
We have a dead ball, personal foul. Raise it out of bounds.
Yeah, it's on a Strauss.
10-yard penalty on holding will be assessed from the spot back here. The 15-yard penalty will be marched forward from that spot. First down, Rhodes.
And
Okay.
Rhodes is going to gain 5 yards on the play. They'll take over 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line. And we're correct there. Somebody roughed somebody up outside of the play.
Yeah, you just can't have that if you're Westlake. As soon as the whistle blows, you back off. That's something you learn, when you're a little kid, and that obviously came back to bite Westlake right in the rear end.
Demons appear to be warming up their quarterbacks. Here's Victor Pratt back in the game. Handoff to Tavion Floyd. He cuts it back. He's got some room to run. He finds a hole. What a run.
Wow.
Touchdown, Desean Floyd.
He is shifty. He is just like Ostrowski. I mean, if he doesn't see an opening, he'll find another one about in the edge of the field. He'll cut it back, and he'll give you about 20 yards like he did just there. And now if you're Westlake, I mean, I don't want to say this is the next one is a must-score drive, but it's getting there, especially with how Rhodes plays their offense. So Westlake, there's got to be a sense of kind of urgency on the sidelines.
And that was quite the run there by Desean Floyd. Reminded me of Michael Vick just moving. He went from one side of the field to the other, back to the other.
Yeah, those two do not give up on plays. If Floyd sees an opening, by golly, he's going to find it. He's going to exploit it. So Westlake's just lost contain on the edge, and that came back to bite him.
They're going to go for 2 here. It'll make it a 16-point game.
Yep.
And that could be a problem later on.
Yeah, I expect a straight-ahead quarterback keeper like they did last time. I wouldn't expect anything less.
Oh, it's bobbled by Jamarius Hope.
Did he catch it?
And it is caught. It's good.
Nice catch there by Hope. I mean, he bobbled it a little bit. That's okay. He maintained it, and there's 2 points.
Victor Pratt rolling a low throw, but they're able to scoop it up. And it's a 16-point game.
Yeah, and that's something you do not want for Westlake. I mean, I talked about the methodical pace that Rhodes runs, and that's really what Rhodes did on that drive. They wore down Westlake, and then they gave it to their home run hitter, Floyd, who ran it 20 yards, and all of a sudden you're looking at a 2-score game.
This is the first game that we have finally had unrestricted fan access to the stadium.
Yeah. Isn't it wonderful?
In a Demon game. Yes, it is wonderful. It's been 2 seasons since we've seen this.
Yeah. Welcome back to the fans, and thank you for listening at home as well.
I'm sure the fans are happy to be here. not so happy about the 16-point deficit.
Yeah, but you got to remember, though, it's early. Westlake has the playmakers to climb back into this game. They just got to stop Rhodes, and they got to cut down on their own mistakes. Westlake's been shooting themselves in the foot, really, since they came out on offense. So I imagine that Coach LaRocco is going to, give them a little bit of an earful, but also make some adjustments. And I think you'll see a different Westlake team coming out to start this offensive series.
I think so, too. I think Westlake is going to fire it up here. They'd have to at some point.
We got Rummel and Ostrowski, the two speedsters on the Westlake team, are back deep awaiting the kick.
Both of them been relatively quiet so far.
Yeah, well, Rhodes has made sure of that. I mean, they make sure that a couple of defenders are always where Rummel and Ostrowski are. And so far, it's worked. Let's see how that works going forward.
Let's see how the kickoff is for Rhodes this time. If they can get this one across.
You got to get this one in bounds, I think.
And that one, no.
Out of bounds again. Well, really, Coach, that's got to be driving you crazy. Prowling, you got to get some better control on the football because that's going to come back and bite you. If not here, then in the next couple of weeks when you enter the meat of your conference play. So you really got to, I don't know. I mean, you got to kick it and play.
That's just one of those problems that is hard to fix.
Yeah.
The Demons kicker, Bashir Al-Ramahi, a senior, also a very talented soccer player, hoping to play college.
I think he can. I mean, he's got the athleticism to do it. He's got the legs.
He certainly does. Number 20, Bashir Al-Ramahi. And that is a great strength for the Demons because they can get stopped on the 25-yard line and they can kick it and get 3 points.
Yeah.
And that's huge in high school.
Yep, and that's really big in any level, really. I mean, in high school and college and the pros, 3 points can honestly change the whole complexion of the game. So every point matters in football.
That can make or break a game.
Yep.
It can win them a game. Whereas Rhodes, let's say we've got 20 seconds to go and you're at the 20-yard line, you're down by 2. You don't have the option to just kick it. You've got to put that ball in the end zone.
Well, and a team like Rhodes, if that ever happens to them, they're not really built to throw it deep as we got a flag on the play.
Yeah, another kick out of bounds by Rhodes. Let's see what they elect to do here.
I think they're going to re-kick it.
Yeah. This is the 6th re-kick for Rhodes this game.
Yeah, something we got to clean up, and I think that's going to be cleaned up in time. I think it's it's a young team. They're undisciplined. Their coach will get that figured out in no time.
Arion Crowley comes off the field. They're going to give this kick to Jamal Sumlin, the star wide receiver, with 1 touchdown on the game. And that one is fielded by Ostrowski at the 35. He's got room to run up the middle, and he piles his way up to the 50-yard line. A gain of 15 there. Yep. 15-yard line.
Nice job by Ostrowski getting a nice 15 yards return. Sure, you may not get 50 yards on a return, but you can get into a return where you get your quarterback and offense into a good field position, and that's what Ostrowski did. So good job by Will there.
The Demons will take over here, 1st and 10 on the 50-yard line. Mackie Keenan coming back into the game for the Demons.
It was just cramping, I think, so good to see him back.
We've got Taylor in the slot, Cooper Rummel out far side, Eason and Caden Cole near side, Ostrowski in the backfield.
Got flag again.
Here comes the snap. Keenan throws it in the flat to Rummel. Rummel makes a move. Runneled up them. Ooh, and he is hit hard. 9-yard gain on the play. Almost looked like he fumbled it again there, but he fell back on that one.
Well, Rummel did a nice job of getting something out of nothing. The middle looked pretty congested, so he bounced it right back outside. He gained about 9 on what probably should have been no gain. So great job there by Cooper, getting something out of nothing.
And it is 2nd and 1 here at the 41-yard line.
I almost wonder if you want to take a shot here because Rhodes may be expecting to run. If you can take a shot, you're going to throw it right over their heads.
Keenan drops back, fires. And that one is picked off by Jamal Sumlin. Here goes Jamal Sumlin. And he's going to take that one for a solid 20-yard run up to the 40.
Yeah, just mistakes. Like I said before, death by 1,000 paper cuts. And Keenan, just another ill-advised throw. I don't know what's going on, what he's seeing out there, but he's got to learn to be more disciplined with the football because Rhodes is proving and likely will prove that they're going to make you pay for these mistakes. Keenan's got to stop making these, I'm going to say it, stupid decisions. You probably want him to run a little bit more if that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, and both teams so far, their weakness appears to be throwing.
Yep.
Strength is running. It really is going to be an old school gridiron battle here.
Yep.
Oh. And the defense is going to move it back a little bit here.
But that was, in case you didn't hear, that was during the return. So Rhodes will still get the possession.
And they're, instead of starting at the Demons' 40-yard line, they will start at their own 38. 38. First and 10 at the 38 here.
Key drive for Westlake. If you let Rhodes just completely wear you down again like they did last drive, you're going to be in for a long game. So this is a must-stop drive if you're Westlake.
Here comes Deon Floyd. Deon Floyd high-stepping out of bounds for a gain of 11.
He can move, can't he? I mean, this guy, don't be surprised if he plays at a big school. He, not only is he fast, but he's elusive and he's smart. Like you said, a little high step there to kind of get away from attackers. He got away from Jermanian initially, but Jermanian did manage to catch up for him, but not after an 11-yard gain.
Deon Floyd, 5'9", 160 pounds, little speedster, just like the Demons have.
Time up by Rhodes.
And Rhodes taking their time coming off the field here. Coach getting a little bit angry.
Garland, new home and sponsor our Westlake Demons. We provide new custom design homes on your lot or ours. Garland New Home, Westlake and surrounding areas. Good luck to all our Demon athletics, and you can have good luck if you just get that 50-50 raffle. And don't forget our concession stand. Time to grab a bite to eat.
Well, Johnny, what do you think?
No, I think that the Demons have got to tighten it up here if they want to win this one.
I mean, Demons, it's closer than it probably really, it should be closer than it is right now. I mean, if Westlake just took away these mistakes, they could honestly be winning, 14-7, 14-10. So you got to stop Rhodes first and foremost, but you got to stop these mistakes. I mean, you're just shooting yourselves in the foot over and over again. And really, hate to say it, but what do you think was going to happen?
Westlake is beating themselves right now with these mistakes. And Rhodes comes back onto the field.
You're going to do the same thing. I'll bet you anything they hand it off to Floyd right here.
First and 10 at the 50. They've got Jamarius Hope in the backfield. The ref giving a talking to both sides.
Probably about getting off the field.
Yeah, that was quite slow.
Yeah.
And Pratt's in the backfield. They've been mixing it up between Pratt and Coleman.
Yeah.
Hand off to Hope. Here's Hope busting out the outside. Hope makes a move, and again, just first down after first down.
Yeah, and this is Rhodes' type of football. Westlake is playing the way Rhodes wants them to, and you got to take that away from them. Like I said, stop the run, you stop their offense. Right now, you're not doing any of that. So Westlake, I would think, bring 7, 8, 9 guys up in the box just to push this line back.
We need to see some adjustments here.
We do.
By Coach Dan LaRocco. And
time up by Westlake.
There we go.
Yeah,
Westlake Demons will call a timeout there. Let's see what they can do here.
Yeah.
North Bridgeville Sports Complex. North Bridgeville Sports Complex has been Northeast Ohio's premier destination for tennis, pickleball, and river golf and fitness since.
Look at what Westlake's been able to do this game. It's really not been much, but mainly because Rhodes' offensive line, if you notice, Johnny, they're a really big and fast and strong elite group of linemen.
Very big group.
Not only that, they're very disciplined, and that kind of doesn't get talked about enough in football. I mean, if you don't have an offensive line Mahomes learned that the hard way. You're going to be in for a rough day. So a nice job by Rhodes' offensive line, taking away Westlake's speed and forcing Westlake to use their physicality, which Rhodes can easily out-physical Westlake at this rate. Let's hope that changes a little bit. But Rhodes doing a great job of just sealing off the edges and giving their running backs a lot of green turf to run.
That big center, Alex Harris, 6'5". They've got 6'3". They've got big offensive line as compared to Westlake's defensive line, only about 5'11" on average.
Yeah, I mean the tallest player, it's like 6'1", 6'2"?
Their tallest player, I believe it's Cole Sapinski, just shy of 6 foot.
So.
And Victor Pratt's loading up, firing deep downfield. That ball is overthrown. Ostrowski on the coverage there.
Yeah, nice job there by Ostrowski, remaining step for step with that receiver. Nice job there by Ostrowski, forcing Pratt also to overthrow it a little bit. He knew he had to beat Ostrowski, just threw it a little bit too far. So nice job there by Will, using his speed to his advantage.
That pass was intended for Tayshawn Pratt, but Will Ostrowski and Tayshawn Pratt, both speedsters, but it's hard to outspeed a speedster. And Will Ostrowski.
It's hard to even keep pace with him.
Just a little go route to the end zone there. And here's Tayshawn Pratt. Oh, and that handoff is muffed. And Deion Floyd, he's going to fall on it, but let's see. There's a fight on the ground.
Yeah.
The Demons say they have it.
Westlake.
Angel Jaminian is livid. Let's see who they give this ball to. You can see that handoff to Deion Floyd was immediately stuffed. And he tries to pitch it away, but it just doesn't make it there.
Well, and Pratt knew that as soon as he handed it off, so I think he tried to make amends for that little broken play, but it was a fumble. But Rhodes did recover it, and I think that's really the difference here. When Rhodes fumbles it, they recover. When Westlake does, it's Rhodes' ball, and that may seem little, but believe me, that has a huge impact on this game.
Here we go, 3rd and 13 at the 43-yard line. They've got Tayshawn Lane. They have Jamarius Hope in the backfield.
Expect maybe to see a little screen to Hope.
Little quarterback keeper. Nothing here for Pratt, but Pratt breaks a tackle, and he's wrapped up by Arrington Taylor.
Yep, Pratt got away from the initial contact, but Taylor wrapped him up pretty quickly. So nice job there by Taylor flying with the football. That's what we need to see more of, Ben.
You can see Harrison Rummel trying to wrap him up, but just not enough for that big man.
No. Not only is he big, he's fast. And that's what you really want in a quarterback. That's every coach's dream.
He is 5'9", 200 pounds.
That's the advantage because he kind of bounce off a little bit.
Yeah.
Like a little bit.
Really, he's got a great center of gravity. He's hard to knock over. And they've got Jamarius Hope in the backfield.
Make some noise behind this
This is big. If Westlake can get a stand, that's really going to change momentum, in my opinion. They got to stop Rhodes' offense right here, right now.
Rolling, and that pass is knocked incomplete. Intended for Jamal Sumlin.
Yep.
Great defense there.
Great defense there by Westlake. They forced Rhodes to throw, which Rhodes just flat out does not want to do. Good job knocking that ball away, and if I cannot really overstate how key that stop was, because if Rhodes scored there, we could have had ourselves in a really big hole.
You could see Matthew Porcelli come in there and blew that up as it was just touching the hands of Jamal Sumlin.
Yeah, we got an injury on the field.
And this is no good again. This has been quite a rough game.
Yeah.
For both sides. Penalties, injuries.
This doesn't help that it's over 90 degrees in the field, too. So.
Yeah. We've seen a real old school battle.
Yep.
Penalties, injuries, and running the ball.
And even more running the ball.
And who is that on the sideline there? Is that Cooper Rummel?
That's the last thing we want to see.
And that is Braylon Burnett. the sophomore linebacker.
Yeah, he's a linebacker. He got a little bit, nicked a little bit by the Rhodes offensive lineman there as he tried to make a play.
You really got to tackle with technique here because these are big guys and they'll run you over. It's all about the technique here.
Yeah, it is, and it's all about the push too. If you get good push off this Rhodes offensive line, you're gonna have a pretty easy day. But Westlake's not doing that right now, so Coach LaRocca is gonna have to emphasize that in the locker room.
And here come the Demons on 1st and 10.
Don't turn it over.
Hand off to Ostrowski. He's got some room up the middle, and it looks like he was tackled and tripped up. Gain of 8 on the play.
Yeah, one of those touchdown saving. I don't know if it's a touchdown saving tackle, but that could have been a lot bigger. Rhodes guy just barely got him by the shoelaces, but Ostrowski still a very good gain on first down. Gets a second advantage.
Ostrowski, he's been good running up the middle this game.
He's really been good at that ever since he stepped into this running back role. Expect to see that a lot this season from him.
We got Caden Cole and Jason Eason far side. Cooper Rummel in the slot. Keenan throws it to Ostrowski in the flat. He cuts back the other way. And no gain on the play there.
Yeah, nothing really for them. Just a good job getting back to the line.
And that is Westlake's passing game. You'll see screens, flats, and slants mostly.
Yeah. But a third down and a little over the yard.
They're down in the yard. Matthew Parcelli comes into the backfield.
He's probably going to use it as a blocking back. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a QB keeper here.
Oh, and Keenan must have snapped. Oh! And
we got a flag. Yeah, an egregious face mask there by Rhodes.
Man, and that is really lucky for Westlake.
Oh, absolutely.
They dropped the ball there, must have snapped, and Cooper Rummel's able to fall on it. As he grabs it, he's face masked by the Rhodes defenders.
Yeah, a little bit too over physical there.
And that was number 15. That's Jackson.
Yeah.
And Matthew Parcelli in the backfield as Will Ostrowski gets a little breather here.
He deserves it.
Sure does. They've got Nick Demian near side. And a run up the middle for a gain of a few by Porcelli.
Yep, giving Rhodes a little taste of their own medicine. Westlake says, hey, we can run it too. Porcelli running it right at the Rhodes defensive line and got a nice 4 or 5 yard gain. So great job there by Matthew. 6
minutes and 50 seconds waiting down here.
Would you agree, Johnny, that Westlake has to get points on this drive?
Westlake is going to need 100% has to score on this drive. They 2nd and 4 here at the 42. And handoff to Ostrowski. Gets a gain of 2 or 3 on the play.
Yep. Trying to get a little bit of something there. Rhodes was not allowing too big of a run. Their defense had the edge sealed up pretty good. I believe that was Gabriel DeJesus that made the initial contact.
Mm-hmm. Gabriel DeJesus, he's been a quiet but great player on this Rhodes team.
Well, maybe it's good that he's quiet because he's an offensive line. Whenever you're an offensive line, the last thing you want is your name to be called. So,
Cooper Rummel's pass, it's going to be close.
Yeah, he got it to Rummel, a little screen pass out of the backfield. Yeah, 4th down, short.
4th and short here. This is the biggest play of the night here for the
Go for it.
They have got to get this play. They have got to score on this drive.
Bring Porcelli in and let Mackey do a little QB sneak.
They've got. Looks like they're gonna.
Oh wait, no, maybe
move the chains here.
I apologize.
First down, Demon.
That was a big first down there. Rhodes thought they'd gotten off the field, but Westlake says not so fast.
Here we go. 1st and 10 at the 39. And that handoff to Ostrowski. And
he's still going.
He's going to be. Ooh, there's an injury in the backfield for Rhodes.
Oh, no.
Ripping his finger.
Yeah, I think he got his finger twisted there. Football is a very brutal sport, and as we're seeing right now, you just hate to see that.
That's 57 there for
Mr.
Rhodes.
Jesus.
He's not listed.
Ronnie Harris, will give a round of applause to Mr. Ronnie Harris.
I hope it's not too serious. You just hate to see players get injured like that.
There's been a lot of injuries this game, unfortunately.
Yeah.
We just hope to see a nice clean game.
You do, and I think with two physical teams, you're going to have a little dust up here and there, but I admire their, how they're keeping control of themselves.
And Nick Damian for the Demons limping on the sideline as well. And 2nd and 9 for the Demons. Keenan drops back to pass. Gets it to Rummel in the flat. Rummel. And he's going to lose a yard on the play.
Bad play call. Rhodes is expecting when they throw it, they're not afraid of the deep ball. They know they're going to Cooper Rummel or Josh Bauer, one of the two, so they're going to have defenders right in the flat waiting for them. Air it out a little bit, guys.
Why not take a shot deep to Bauer here? We've seen it in the flat to Rummel.
Right.
We've seen it to Ostrowski. Let's take a shot
Well,
to one of the other guys.
Honestly, we could take a shot to Ostrowski. I think his speed can definitely get him some separation from their corners and safeties.
Yeah, it's one-on-one coverage here. Josh Bauer and low snap again. Keenan. Rummel, he catches it at the 30. He's going to make a move, and he'll roll down to the 22-yard line.
Great job there by Cooper. He's not only quick, he's elusive. A lot of these guys remind me of Ostrowski, but especially Rummel. I mean, he's the carbon copy of him. Nice job getting there as we got a timeout in the field.
Both small, elusive little guys who will run it right by you.
Yep. That's Rhodes' last timeout.
Please check out our athletics website at www.wesleyathlethics.org and also our Twitter page at Demon Athletics, our Facebook page at Wesley Demon
And
Athletics, and our Instagram.
The Demons in the red zone here. 1st and 10 at the 23.
Yep. Just outside the red zone.
Don't forget about the 50-50 raffle, ladies and gentlemen. And don't forget about the concession stand, ladies and gentlemen. About time to make that move on both.
And they come back onto the field. Anthony Porcelli in the backfield. We've got Eason in, Rummel far side. Josh Bauer near side. Bauer's been guarded one-on-one closely by Deshaun Lane this whole game. Deshaun Lane's done a great job.
Yeah, he's a good all-around athlete. Not only is he a good offensive player, he's a good defender.
Oh my, and that ball was thrown to nobody as Deshaun Jamal Sumlin with another interception.
Yeah, you got to make a quarterback change or something here. Keenan's just not getting it done. Just too many times he's throwing right to the defenders. And like I said, what do you expect when you throw it to defenders? Nothing good's going to come out of it. You got to make it so only a receiver can catch it.
Yeah, that was a little throw to the corner of the end zone there by Keenan.
Yeah.
About a 25-yard throw and just nobody in sight. Yeah.
It hung up for just enough so that someone can go up and get it.
Yeah, that ball was a very high throw. You
Right.
could see it. It was hanging through the air. And
It's not what you wanted. I mean, that really kills a lot of momentum because Westlake had a drive going. The stadium was getting pumped up, and just like that, Rhodes got the football again.
it is a packed stadium here at WHS Field.
It is.
And all these fans coming out here, they want to see a Demon W.
Phenomenal people, by the way. I mean, they come out here no matter how the team's going, game in and game out. It's always a sellout, so credit to the fans.
Yeah, after 2 years, you really want to see, if you're a fan, you want to see a win. You want to see your team doing well and succeeding this year.
Floyd got the carry there. Let's see how much he got.
As we can also see, number one fan Chad down there, hyping up the crowd and keeping everybody going.
That's what you need.
And here's Rhodes, 2nd and 8 at the 25. And here's Deon Floyd. Deon Floyd rolling outside. There's going to be a flag in the backfield on
That's going to be
Coleman. Ray Black Coburn, possibly holding there.
Second and 18, and that's what Rhodes does not want to do. Remember, the last long yard situation, Westlake got a pick.
Yeah, long yardage hasn't been a problem. They've converted a few long 2nd and 3rd downs this game, so Westlake is going to need to stop them. As looks like the Demons are going to call a timeout here, and Coach LaRocco is going to talk things over with his crew.
Yeah.
The Demons have one timeout remaining here.
Rhodes does not have any. So, I mean, if I was Coach LaRocco, I'd just stress to these guys, the front four, get a good push up front, because if you don't get a good push right off the snap, you're in trouble. And Rhodes has shown that they're going to push Westlake back unless Westlake does something. Try to rely on the speed as much as you can. I know it's going to be tough, but if you can do that, you can get a nice little bit of a push to at least hold up the Rhodes offensive line.
We're going to need to see Westlake's defense change something here.
Yeah.
Stack the line, put a few more people down there.
Maybe get like an extra safety up there for,
Bring power.
Yeah.
The Demons' defensive line, Cole Swikwinski, Michael Wood, and Angel Jaminian. Nobody in the backfield. Here's Victor Pratt, 2nd and 18.
It's either going to be a keeper or it's going to be a...
And he's going to keep it himself. Makes the handoff to Ray Black Coburn. Gain of 3 on the play.
Yeah, just trying to get something there to make it a 3rd and manageable. Good job by Westlake making sure it wasn't much.
And we've got 3rd down coming up for the Demon defense. Let's see if they can make a stand here.
Yeah.
3rd and 14. Now, if you're Rhodes, what are you calling here?
I think you got to get it to Lane or Sumlin. I mean, if you throw a deep ball to one of those guys, it's almost guaranteed that they're going to make at least a contest for it. So try to get it to Lane, chuck it up there so someone can get it. One of the two.
As Amir Abdelhadi comes in for the defense. Subs in on the line.
Got a flag.
Dead ball.
That's going to back up even more. I almost wonder if you run it, just see how much you can get and then settle for a punt, because it's really not on really your high success plays to be running on passing on a 3rd and 20, because Westlake's going to expect that. So just maybe a quick handoff just to get some room for your punt.
They are on the 19-yard line. 3rd and 19 here. 16-yard line. Here's Tayshawn Lane, guarded closely by Braylon Burnett. And another flag in the defensive backfield.
That's encroachment. Oh, no. Yep.
False start on Rhodes.
Now
they're going to back up to the 11-yard line.
3rd and what, 24?
3rd and 24.
Yeah.
And both teams have got to clean up these penalties.
They do.
If they want to succeed.
Well, and I think the other thing is, with having a young team, you're going to have this sloppy type of play, especially in the early part of the season. That's just going to get better.
And it is a really long 3rd down here. Reminder that Rose did convert a 3rd and 13 earlier.
They did.
And here's Deion Floyd, and he'll pick up a few, and that'll give him some room to punt, though.
Yeah, I think that was their main aim. They knew that they probably weren't going to get the first down, so they just said, get it to our home run hitter, see how much he can get, and if he gets about 4 or 5, we'll consider that a victory.
And 4th and 19 here, he gets 5 yards, so bring it up to the 19-yard line for the kicking team. And let's see their punting here for Rhodes. Let's see how we've seen their kicking struggles. Now let's see, can they punt the ball? And they've got Arion Crowling.
That just takes forever.
Just so many undisciplined penalties.
Penalties
False
that should be
starts.
avoided. I mean, Rhodes is really starting to get
False starts, delay a game.
You name it, they probably committed it.
Too many men on the field, just sloppy substitutions all around. And the punt is on the way, and that traveled about maybe 25 yards.
Yeah, Crowley just put as much leg as he could into it. Obviously not that much, but Westlake's going to get the ball in Rhodes territory. You got to get at least 3 here, preferably a touchdown, but get at least 3.
Westlake's going to take over on the Rhodes 35.
Yep. If I'm Westlake, I want to air it out to my speedsters down the field, because if you do that with Ostrowski or Rummel, nobody's going to be able to stop them. I don't know why they haven't done it right now, but hopefully they can open the playbook up a little bit.
And it's 1st and 10 at the 40 here. And we've got Josh Bauer near side, Ethan Rummel out, far side, and hand off to Ostrowski. Ostrowski. And nothing for Ostrowski there. He's wrapped up by 2 Rose defenders.
The one thing I worry about Westlake is they're very one-dimensional right now. It's really just, you give it to Ostrowski, the Rams are going to swarm out him because they know, well, if we stop him, we stop their offense. So Westlake's got to mix it up a little bit.
They've tried mixing up the runs, going outside, inside with Ostrowski, but
we got
Rhodes
a
is
whistle.
seeing right through it. Let's see what we have here. We have a timeout. Ooh, no, we've got an injury timeout.
Yeah.
Rhodes player injured on their sideline. And Rhodes is going to run out of players here at this point.
Yeah, really. I mean, you definitely wish them the best, but these injuries are just going to decimate them for here and down the road eventually. So you really hope that these guys can make a quick recovery.
And that was Victor Prats again. He's been knocked off the field twice this game.
Yeah.
He's been battling to stay in. Tough kid, Victor
Credit
Prats.
to him, but if you really want to stay in, really, the coach should just say, okay, you're done. Nice job. Because if he stays in for much longer, I'm worried about him getting a really serious injury.
Yeah, he's been lucky to be able to come off and back on the field twice, but
yeah. But the human body can only take so much, so you got to keep that in mind.
My goodness.
What?
That pass is intercepted by Coleman.
This is getting ridiculous. I don't know what Keenan is seeing over there, but
Coleman just jumped that ball
right
in flight, right. He just pushed that receiver out of the way and snatched it himself.
Keenan must be seeing something that we're not. He's throwing it right to these defenders. He's really just taking Westlake out of the game on his own. I hate to be mean, but that's what he's doing. Morocco's going to have to really give him an earful if Keenan's going to come back in here in the second half. This is horrible.
Mackie Keenan, 3 interceptions on the day.
Yeah.
Rhodes with a turnover of their own.
We're lucky it's not 30-0 right now.
Currently 4 turnovers to 1.
Yeah. Problem is Westlake's got the 4.
And Victor Pratt's in the game again. rolling far side, and that pass just through the hands of Tayshawn Lane.
Yeah, I think he was feeling the pressure that he was rolling out a little bit, so just threw it away.
And Victor Pratt is just a soldier here.
Boy, oh boy, is he.
Got to be some sort of ankle injury that he is just hobbling through here.
Yeah, God bless him.
The Demons have Braylon Burnett at the cornerback. He's been a great cornerback for them this game and this season.
Yes.
But now he is guarding Tayshawn Lane, a tough matchup.
Yeah, that is a tough matchup. We'll see how it goes.
2 in the backfield for Rhodes, and delay a game
Another
on
delay of game.
Rhodes.
Their coach here has got to be turning gray as we speak right now. I mean, that's the third delay of game penalty in 2 possessions. I mean, I don't know how much. Do they not know how much time's in the play clock? I mean, some miscommunication is going on. The problem is for Rhodes, they don't have any timeouts left.
And 1:05 to go here in the first half. The Demons down 16. Rhodes 2nd and 15 on the 30 here. And, you got to do something to clean it up, but it's not going to happen right here, right now, overnight. That's a program thing. Victor Pratt fakes the handoff, and he is going to be wrapped up. Gain of 4 on the play.
Yeah, just trying to get something there. Good job by Pratt getting what he could, but great job by the defense just wrapping him up.
And clock still running here, down to 45 seconds to go. You're going to see not much here Rhodes can do. Unless they get a big run here.
I mean, they don't really air it out much, so I would think they're just going to do one more running play, let this thing go to halftime.
And Westlake defense just hoping to contain.
Yep. That's really all you can hope for now.
Here's keeper again by Pratt as he's wrapped up, gain of 1. Great tackle by Arrington Taylor on the play.
Yep. Taylor, probably one of the best players, not only in the defense, but I'd have to say the conference is Westlake uses their 3rd timeout.
Westlake stops the clock here. 15:5 to go.
How much?
15.5.
Yeah. If you're Westlake and you get the ball back, and you're going to have to let Keenan just let it go. They haven't been able to do that, so I'm a little bit worried about how the deep passing game is. But let Rummel or Ostrowski go downfield, because if they can get into a rhythm, really nobody can stop these guys. So let Keenan just chuck it as far as he can, get it to Ostrowski or Rummel, and then just try to let him run to the end zone.
Mm-hmm. And I'd love to see them take a shot to Josh Bauer as well.
Yeah.
The Demons don't have a tight end with Kale Cipollone injured. He's been injured this game. Let's see here.
Him a speedy recovery.
Best of luck to Kale Cipollone here. And now a mix-up here on Rhodes, sending in more players as 67 gets off in a hurry. Low snap here on the punt, and it's a bouncer. Oh, a risky recovery there by Josh Bauer. Could have been bad.
Yeah.
Fell on that one.
Where are they taking over? Where's Westlake taking over?
And Westlake's going to take over at, it's like the 42-yard line.
Okay.
Or 38-yard line.
I almost wonder if they're just going to try to kneel this one out. I mean, this has not been a good half by Westlake. They're honestly lucky to be down by as much as they are right now. It could easily be about 23-0 or 30-0.
And, totally agree with you. If they're playing, Avon Lake, one of the powerhouses,
it's a lot worse.
It could be a lot worse right now.
Yep.
Westlake Demons in a new conference this year, the Great Lakes Conference. They're normally have been in the Southwestern Conference. Low snap again to Keenan. Keenan fires this one right over the head of Josh Bauer.
I don't know what that was. I think the low snap kind of caught Keenan off guard. He just tried to do something with the ball and just threw it away.
And it has been quite the game for the snapper Robbie Huber. and Mackie Keenan.
Has
A lot of low snaps and muff snaps this game.
And I wonder if the physicality on Rhodes is kind of taking a toll on these guys, too. I mean, Westlake probably won't face another team like Rhodes for the rest of the season, so.
Keenan drops back and fires again to Josh Bauer. That one nowhere near him.
Yeah.
On the comeback route from Bauer.
Keenan is just really inaccurate right now. When he throws it, it's nowhere near his receivers. They have to kind of stretch out. So in the second half, he's going to have to be on the money if Westlake wants a chance in this one.
And here we go, 3rd and 10. The Demons are going to line up with 1.3 seconds remaining. They'll take a shot again.
Yeah, just one more play here.
Bauer and Rummel near side. Keenan drops back to pass and gets it to Ostrowski in the flat. And Ostrowski hasn't gone down yet, but he'll be brought down.
Yeah. Well, that's it.
And that's the end of the half there. The Westlake Demons 0, Rhodes 16. Let's see what the Westlake Demons can do in this second half to turn things around here.
Yeah.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome for the first time this season, Pride Westlake, the Westlake High School team and marching band. The question starts with its next shortly, and the auxiliary advisor of the recent portion and books restore. The band opens tonight's show with a fiery stand show and featuring trumpet trio Sophia Nino, Pete Schreier, and Jake Grumman. We present Kansas On. We continue our show with a signature song by German rock band The Scorpions. Released in 1984, this top 25 hit was very popular on MTV. We give you Rock You Like a Hurricane. Next, we feature a talented demon academic airlines to Believer, the top 10 hit from American pop group Imagine Dragons. It was released on February 17th as the second single from the album The Ball, and it peaked at number 4 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 chart. We hope you enjoy Believer. Our next selection is 50 Jones 1977 hit, Just the Way You Are. We featured Sophia Needham on trumpet for this selection. If you listen closely, you'll hear some clips from Billy Joel's other hits, including Piano Man and We Can Start the Fire. We have extra time this evening, so we get a bonus tune from the Pride of Wrestling. We hear this one from us, the fans, but here is Cleveland Rocks. Westside High School team and marching band. Please give it up one more time for the Pride of Westside. Westside High School. You can go out the marching band.
He looked like he turned to attend to the track. And a big round of applause for our 7th grade football players, coached by Desean Coleman, Tyler and Evan Barber, and our 8th grade football team coached by Desean and Brian Casey. Ladies and gentlemen, take out the raffle tickets, run out the winner, and you will win a cool $325. $325. You go to the WHS table, you have to win a ticket to claim your prize. And for everyone who participated in the 50-50 raffle, thank you. And here are the numbers. 7, 5, 8, 4, 9, 8. You're the winner. 7, 5, 8, 4, 9, 8. Claim your prize at the WHS table. Right by the government shop. And again, thank you everyone for participating and congratulations. Next week, the meetings will be right back here at UHC United States as they will host Warrenville Heights at 7 p.m. on Friday. The girls' soccer team will travel to Avon Lake tomorrow night with a 5 p.m. JV and 7 p.m. varsity start time. The JV and freshman volleyball team will host quad meet starting tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. at Wilson High School. The cross-country team will be running in the GLC preview meet tomorrow morning at Buckeye. And just in case of the other weather that includes snow and lightning, we would ask that you vacate the bleachers and return to your cars, so the participants, coach, and officials will be able to show you inside the building. This occurs, you have an opportunity to ask you where inside our buildings. Not a man, please try to distance yourself from others. According to WHS AA rule, competitions will be suspended once lighting has been recognized and being in the area of weather reserve. game officials are required to wait at least 30 minutes after the last flash of lightning is witnessed or thundered prior to resuming competition. Given the average rate of thunderstorm travel, the storm should move 10 to 12 miles away from the area. This significantly reduces the risk of local lightning flashes, and any subsequent lightning or thunder at the beginning of the 30-minute count shall reset the clock, and another count shall begin. Tonight's game is brought to you by St. John's Medical Center University Hospital. We are a proud part of the Westlake High School to provide athletic training services and sports medicine to our dear athletes. For more than 30 years, St. John's Medical Center has served the Westlake community as your healthcare provider. Our reminder to all Westlake fans to find a seat here on the English. Please keep the front bench clear so that all will be moving in. Thanks for your cooperation. And be ready for an exciting second half. So a good time to stop by the concession stand, roll up. And let's get ready for some football. It's about that time. The Westlake Athletic Boosters provide support and funding to all athletics at Lee Ferguson Middle School and Westlake High School. Please consider joining WDAP at the 2021-2022 membership is the number one source of funding to help Westlake athletics. This year is even more important to become a member. Thank you. Sports programs featuring all 2021 Westlake High School ball teams as well as Westlake High School marching band will be on sale later this season. Please support the businesses and organizations that advertise with us. Even fans of WHS is open tonight down in the concession area, and they have also launched their online store. Details can be found at www.westlakeathleticboosters.org. That's www.westlakeathleticboosters.org. Last night, we have concerning the Westlake area since 1902.
And here we are back for the second half of action. Your Demons down by 16 here. And Alan, what do you think the keys are if the Demons want to turn it around here in this second half?
Yeah, the main key is Keenan's got to be a better thrower. I mean, he's got to see the field better. He's throwing to receivers that are double covered, and say what you want about, the shoving that Rhodes is doing, but the problem is Keenan is really giving him Keenan's helping him. He's giving him extra benefits that they really do not deserve at all this game. So I think that, and eventually you got to air it out a little bit more. I mean, these flat passes, all they're doing is just throwing it to Ostrowski, and Rhodes is right there. So Westlake's got to open up the playbook a little bit more.
And that's been the offense under Coach Daniel Rocco at Westlake. Lots of flats, screens, and little slants.
Yeah.
Run the ball. We've seen a very old school football game today. We've seen a battle of two running backs and two running teams. We've seen a lot of penalties and a lot of injuries too. And the key for both teams is going to be minimizing the mistakes and letting the other team beat themselves here.
Right. Rhodes gets the ball to start the second half, so their keys are just stay out of penalty trouble. I mean, they had 3 delay of games in their last 2 series, so if they can do that, it's really no doubt in my mind that they can win this football game.
If Rhodes can stay out of penalty trouble, it's no doubt that they can win this game. Now, if Wesley can stay out of penalty trouble and Rhodes stays in penalty trouble, then we can climb back in. Turn the tide of this game here.
Yeah.
Since 1940s, Mid-American Mortgage has been helping people finance their new homes and save money by offering competitive rates and exceptional customer care. Good luck to all Demon athletes this year from Mid-American Mortgage. North Coast Jaw Implant Center.
And Westlake will kick the ball first as they received it in the first half.
You asked me what the keys were. What are your keys for today's victory, Johnny?
I really want to see the Demons. You've got to switch it up more. You've got to do something more than just these screens and these flat passes. And you've got to just give Keenan a chance, even though when he has had the chance, it's resulted in an interception 3 times.
Well, but
But
what else are you supposed to,
you've got to take a chance, and you've got to throw the ball down the field here, because Rhodes' defensive line has been defending the run well this game.
All right, we got Ramahi's up to kick it off.
And here we go, our Mahi here on the kickoff. The soccer star, as we mentioned.
Yep.
His first season playing football.
Set time 12 minutes.
He's a multi-sport guy, also plays basketball.
0-0-0.
Just an all-around
All-around
athlete.
Yep. We got Lane is back deep to return.
So you want to wait until they catch it before, right?
You see that a lot with kickers in high school. Usually just the best athlete on the team.
Yep.
You see that for Rose, it just hasn't worked out like it has for Bashir.
Right.
And Westlake is great kick back to the 2-yard line. Ooh, and a big hit.
Oh.
And a flag on the play.
Yeah, it may have been a little bit too overzealous there.
That was a big hit
No
by
flags.
Dominion.
Oh no, we got a flag on the far side of the field.
A return of about 18 there. A good return by
Was that Lane?
Rhodes.
Was that
I
Lane?
believe it was, yes. Desean Lane. But Dominion came there and stuffed them.
The soccer player kicker just made the hardest kick we've had all night. Who's the kicker?
Or correction, that was Dominion and Bashir Al-Ramahi together.
We have a hole.
Oh no, that's on Rhodes.
10-yard penalty at the end of the run. First down.
And just as we were saying, that was Bashir Al-Ramahi there, a pure athlete. And the soccer coach actually will not let him play any other position besides kicker, because star soccer player, you can't have him get injured.
Yeah.
Already has 5 goals on the season through 3 games.
Yeah, and we're just getting started. Expect him to play. I wouldn't be surprised if he played at a big name college.
Mm-hmm. It's unfortunate that they can't use him for some trick plays and stuff like that.
Yeah, but you gotta keep him though as healthy as you possibly can though.
And a gain of about 9 there on the play for Rhodes. That was Deion Floyd again.
Yeah, he's the workhorse back. He's what I'll put it in perspective for your old timers out there. What Walter Payton was to the Chicago Bears. He's your workhorse back. He'll get you the yardage you need and then some.
You can see they always put Deion in motion. He's always moving from one side to the other, and you're really not sure which way he's going to go.
Yeah, no, you're not. And the thing is, once you think you are, he's just going to switch field and head right back the other way, and you're left frozen in your tracks.
Here's the handoff to Floyd again. Floyd with some room to run. Floyd with a gain of 15 on the play.
Yeah, Floyd just gashing this Westlake defense up front, up the middle. This Rhodes team is having their way with the Westlake defensive line. You know, Westlake's obviously the smaller team out there on the field, and it doesn't help that, you know, they're just being flat out overpowered right now.
Yeah, and that's always been a problem for Westlake. Daniel Rocco has tried to bring in a large weightlifting culture to try to make up for it, but Westlake just a smaller team year in and year out.
Yeah, you've seen that for the past 3 or 4 years, and I think that certainly doesn't, help them, but I think that kind of helps contribute to the struggles a little bit. We've got another
and there's the fake handoff. They give it to Floyd again. Floyd busts up there for 18 yards.
Yeah, it's just he is just breaking through this defense like a hot knife through butter, as they say. He's just getting yardage where others could get 5 or 6. He doubles that. So he's a really impressive athlete, isn't he?
And it's as well as missed tackles by the Demons, just not wrapping him up. He can shed those tackles.
It's that too, and he's also running over guys. He's carrying them, and if you're Westlake,
you got to wrap them up.
Yeah, or at least slow him down so you can get some help.
Here's a handoff to Jamarius Hope. Jamarius Hope was in some trouble in the backfield and lost a 3 on the play there.
Yep, nice job there by Westlake. Just like we said, wrapping up. They got to do more of that, but a nice starting point. Hopefully, that'll build some confidence.
And somebody down on the road sideline. You can see Dominion there. He got through there, got through that line, and put pressure on Jamarius Hope right away.
Yeah, Dominion's always been a really big key in the Westlake defense. When he gets free, he makes the team regret it dearly. I mean, he'll tackle you for a loss. I wouldn't be surprised if we got a couple of scholarship offers by the end of the season.
Yeah, Angel Jeminian, he's one of those players. He's looking for a scholarship offer. He's a little bit shorter for a defensive end in college, but he makes up for it with his speed and strength.
But he could be an outside linebacker though too, which is not really much of a difference.
Yeah. And here we go. We're back after the injury.
Second down
again
13
for Rhodes. Second down and 13 at the 49-yard line. Rhodes got more men running onto the field, trying to get set in time.
This is not.
And
that's
wow. And we've got a flag on the play. Play is blown dead. The snap sails over the head of the QB as well.
Maybe that was the best case scenario for the quarterback.
Dead ball.
That's a delay game. No, that's a false start.
Offense. 5-yard penalty.
Would have been a loss either way.
Right. Well, at least that. I mean, who's to say Westlake wouldn't have picked it up? So at least if you're Rhodes, you get another crack at it.
Yeah. And bad snapping has also been the story for both teams this game.
Yeah.
Josh Bauer and Braylon Burnett here at the cornerback position. They've got a tough matchup tonight.
They do.
Taking on Jamal Sumlin and Tayshawn Lane.
And when those two get going, look out because you can't stop them.
Here's Desean Floyd again. He picks up 9. Not quite back to the line of scrimmage, but here we go for 3rd and 11.
He's really slippery too. Once you think you have him, he just slips right through your hands. So it's kind of, Westlake, it's almost a lose-lose because even if you do wrap him up, he's going to drag you for a couple of yards.
Tayshawn Lane is very fast.
Yep. Elusive too.
And let's see what they call here. On 3rd and 11, they've been able to convert these 1 for 3 this game.
Expect a simple little out route to a Sumlin in space.
And it looks like it's going to be a keeper there. Pratt is going to pull the handoff to Desean Floyd, take it himself. He'll get it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yep, nice job there by Westlake. Good downfield pursuit. Pratt has had to go down in that situation.
And
we got a timeout.
Ooh. And that is not what you want to see. That is Arrington Taylor down in pain on at the 45.
See, that's the last guy you want to see. Taylor's like a big guy in the middle for Westlake, and with him gone, you're really thin on the linebacker spot.
Man, that has been the story tonight.
Yeah, for both teams. I mean, It's not just Westlake, it's Rhodes too, and you certainly wish the best for these guys. And with these physical teams, you're going to get your fair share of injuries. I hate to say it, but that's a natural part of the game to begin with. But the physicality of these two just kind of amplifies it a little bit.
Looks like just a cramp. They're stretching him out, and he's walking on his own.
Okay. Well, and that's been a problem too.
Yeah,
I mean,
cramping today.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of that today.
Yep.
And they're going to send in Robbie Huber.
Yeah, for his 4th down play. Let's see if Westlake tries to rush the punter. If they try to rush the punter, you'd think you want to get something going. So if I were Westlake, I'd go at him a little bit.
They've got 4th and 7 here at the 45.
Burnett's Burnett's back deep.
And a low snap again. And Ostrowski's going to catch it. And here's Ostrowski at the 20. Breaks through a tackle and flags flying in from all directions.
That might be coming back then.
Another just squibby little punt by Rhodes.
Yeah, you got to take into question if, these kickers, not the best ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's definitely been a huge advantage for the Demons this game, giving them great field position for Coach Gary Myers and his offense.
Yeah, but the problem is when Rhodes makes a mistake, Westlake makes a mistake right back. And, I think that's cost us. I don't think that's – I know that's cost us, and let's see what this call is.
Personal foul.
So
15 yards from the end of the run.
And that'll give Westlake another 15
that's gonna give
yards.
us-
Talk
and
about good field position.
Really, they've had good field position all game. They just haven't been able to take advantage of it. That's something you got to get points here.
And they've got 3 receivers near side. That's Eason, Rummel, and Caden Cole. Josh Bauer all alone, guarded closely by Desean. And handoff to Rummel. Nothing there.
Yeah. Well, and another advantage for Rhodes is, they are a running team. So when they see other running teams like Westlake, they know exactly how to plug the holes, how to, get through the offensive line and just be effective. We got another injury.
Will Ostrowski for the Demons is slow to get up.
Oh,
He's on his feet as well as a Rhodes player is down in the middle of the field.
yeah.
A good carry by Ostrowski for a gain of 1, but unfortunately he goes down, and he's going to have to sit a few plays as well. Looks like another cramp or something.
Yeah, I think the heat and the physicality of the game is just taking a toll on these guys. I mean, it's hot in the
Playing
stands,
both
but
sides of the ball.
doubly, yeah.
And, you can see everyone's who's gone out so far for the Demons has come back to the sideline and stretched. So it hasn't luckily been anything too serious yet.
It's been a rough game for both teams, really. I mean, really, that's all you can really say about this.
Here's Keenan. Keenan drops back. He's under pressure. Keenan fires. He's got an open Porcelli. Porcelli, he cuts back across the middle, and Porcelli, a gain of 20 on the play, and he'll go get tackled down at the 40-yard line.
Nice medium-range pass there by Keenan. He stayed cool under pressure, which we have not seen him do really all day. He stayed cool, delivered a good strike. That's what we need to see out of him.
And that pass, Porcelli caught that at just about the line of scrimmage, but a great run by him, finding a hole.
Oh, yeah. He's fast. He's also big, and he's probably one of the best runners that we have besides Ostrowski and Rummel.
Hand off to Porcelli. He'll get 1 on the play.
And, the thing I don't like is, how Westlake would always be doing these little pass plays. They always come back with a run. So Rhodes, using the tendencies, knows that Westlake's going to run the majority of the time. They're going to stack 7-8 guys in the box. Added to the fact that how physical and fast they are, they can easily overwhelm this offensive line. So put it in the air more a little bit.
Yeah, you can see Westlake's offense has been very predictable. Keenan dropping back, and he's got Cooper Rummel. What a move by Rummel! And Rummel dodging a few defenders, and that's a gain of about 12 on the play.
Yeah, and the advantage of being a smaller player is you can weave in and out of these players, and they can have a tough time catching you. So great job there by Rummel, using his mobility and quickness to his advantage all at once, and that's 12 yards. Westlake's in business, my friends.
That was a real nice. He just stopped on a dime, and that Rhodes defender, Jamarius Hope, flew right out of bounds.
Yes, he did.
And here's the handoff to Porcelli again. Porcelli still not down, and he'll get a yard or 2 on the play again.
Yeah, if I were Westlake, I like the pass plays. Try to keep throwing, 2 or 3 passes in a row. Loosen up Rhodes' defense, and then you can hand it off to Porcelli, or Keenan can keep it, and then you can get about – you can get your first down. You can get your home run hitters. But if you keep playing the way you are, you're not going to move down very far in the down the field. So it's time to be a little bit less predictable, guys.
Ostrowski comes back into the game for the Demons.
Yep.
They've got Rummel in the slot, Josh Bauer far side, and
we got a flag. Well, no.
And it looks like Rhodes jumps the gun there. And that's going to be 3-5 yards for the Demons.
Yep. The Rhodes defense, the problem with being physical, I keep saying that, but I mean, they are physical, is sometimes you can get a little overexcited and you jump the gun a little bit.
You get too caught up in that emotions,
that
anger.
Well, this is the best scoring opportunity that Westlake's had all day.
And Keenan, looks like, are they going to call intentional grounding on Keenan? No. Keenan, he's wrapped up in the backfield and barely able to get it away in time.
Yeah, and, the problem with Rhodes is, they're bigger than Westlake is, and they're faster. They got more athleticism than Westlake does, so they're able to overpower our offensive line. And Keenan is, he's always having to run around and avoid pressure, so I think that's taking a toll on him too.
Keenan did a great job staying on his feet there when he looked like he could have taken a loss of 7 or 8, but luckily they'll get back to the line of scrimmage for 3rd and 5.
Yeah.
Here's Keenan Little shovel out to Porcelli, and Porcelli is wrapped up.
Yeah.
Nothing there.
Nobody was fooled there, and these little shovel passes. I mean, they're
Haven't worked tonight.
predictable, right? And the thing is, with Rhodes, they know that they're doing this. They're going to clog up the short middle of the field, the flats, so that when we catch the ball, they got nowhere to go. So we're going to have to start. I know Keenan doesn't have the greatest arm, but you're going to have to start taking some risks and airing it out on the field, or else you're not going to win this game. I'm sorry, but if you keep playing the way you're playing, you're definitely not winning this.
Got Porcelli in the backfield. Keenan takes a snap
He's going for it.
and passes it to Rummel, but it's right through the hands of Cooper Rummel.
Yeah.
And 4th down coming up.
Well, you got to catch that. I mean, Rummel, it's in your hands. You just got to both hands on the football and reel it in. And I believe that's actually a turnover on downs. Rhodes is going to get the ball right back, and it's just mistakes like that. So that's a second turnover on downs. You know, Westlake is just leaving points off on the field, and I think that's really what's getting them in this game. One of the many things that's getting them. They can't keep doing this. They're going to have to get something going if they want to come back into this game. Because right now, Rhodes seems like they have no signs of letting off the gas pedal.
And that offensive line of Andrew Palka, Mo Mustafa, and Mohamed Assad, so we're going to need to step it up here if they want to win this game.
Well, and the other thing is, too, I mean, you got to think the Rhodes is a lot more bigger than we are. So we're already at a
It's always going to be a disadvantage.
Yeah.
You'd like to see something happen. Maybe more blockers, something.
Yeah. But, maybe I would say put a tight end in there, but Cipollon's injured.
And see the run here by Rhodes. Nothing there. Looks like Cole Suklinski on the tackle.
That's the first time we've called his name on tackle. Is that correct? We got something going on.
Oh, 2 Demon players down on the field. You've got Jaminian clutching his knee, and you've got somebody else in a pile as well.
Yeah.
Looks like Arrington Taylor again. These cramps. Cramps. And when you have a cramp, it makes you much more likely to get injured.
Right, well, because you're already in a
Muscles are
weakened
tight.
state as it is, and if you get run into, which is definitely possible in this game, you're going to get a serious injury. So you just hope that these two are okay and are able to come back into this game, but you also have to make that you got to be concerned for their health, too.
Yeah. Arrington Taylor, this is the second or third time he's been down with a cramp.
I think it's the second time. No, maybe it's third. I don't know.
Ball is going for Angel.
Andrew Jaminian is taken off the field.
Yeah.
And also let's have a round of applause for Arrington Taylor.
Let's see where they've taken Jaminian. It doesn't appear that they took him to the medical tent.
Yeah.
Arrington Taylor, he's able to hobble off the field here. Escorted by Braden McMillan.
Well, we're thin enough as it is on the defensive side of the ball. That's the last thing we really need.
Here's Jamal Someone. He's guarded closely by Liam Shields. And Victor Pratt, there's a flag in the backfield. He breaks a few tackles and he stumbles out of bounds just inside the 40.
Yeah, and this Westlake team, Johnny, they need something to go their way. And they've really had a lot of good breaks, turnovers, penalties, you name it. They've probably had it. It's just they cough the ball right back up to, Rhodes. And you just can't do that. If you want to be a contender, like which seems Westlake does want to be, stop making mistakes.
Mm-hmm. Another team's mistake doesn't mean anything if you don't capitalize on it.
Absolutely.
And that's been the problem here for the Demons. They have been capitalizing, and they've been making their own mistakes. And here's something they can capitalize, a low snap. And Victor Pratt is able to scoop it up and save a loss there.
Yeah.
And he'll get that back to the line of scrimmage here for 2nd and 10.
I mean, give Pratt credit there. I mean, he could have easily lost about 7 or 8 yards there. But I guess, with the triple option, when you pick up the ball, you're actually taught to run. So I think that kind of saved him a few yards.
Mackie Keenan comes on as a linebacker.
Yeah. A lot of these guys you see are undersized, and I think that's the main problem is they're just being overwhelmed by numbers and physicality. I think that's really the root of our problems right now.
And they're going to hand it off to Deon. Here comes Deon Floyd. He's got a hole up the middle, and he will rumble down for a gain of 12.
Deon Floyd, yeah. I mean, just you can't stop this dude. I mean, he would get
Automatic
you
10
about 3 or 4
yards.
Yeah, and he's getting at least in the second half 6 or 7 yards, and really,
It's been Deon Floyd, first down Floyd is what it's been tonight.
Yep. He's truly a natural. I really would be interested to see how his career plays out.
Here we go. Pratt. They'll hand it off to Jamarius Hope. Jamarius Hope breaks the tackle. Ooh, and he's power driven by Josh Bauer.
Yeah. Bauer gave him a bit of a shove there. The thing is with Rhodes is this is exactly how they want to play. They're going to get 4 or 5 yards in the first half, but as we're seeing, they're going to get these bigger chunks of yardage in the second until next thing you know, they're going to break one. So Westlake's going to have to step up here.
Yeah, that's small run, big run, then a little pass, throw a pass in there too.
Well, and the problem is for Rhodes is what really keeps Westlake honest is you don't know when they're passing. So you always have to kind of get a guy in coverage, which will leave one less guy at the line of scrimmage, which is the last thing we need.
And little fake handoff. They give it to Jamarius Hope. Jamarius Hope breaks the tackle. Jamarius Hope out of bounds at the 35.
Yep, and this is exactly the grind it out, wear them down type of drive that Rhodes wants to run, and they're just methodically moving down this field. Westlake's got no answer for them. Like I say, you try to use the speed to your advantage, but you can only do so much against both physicality and speed. And Rhodes' offensive line is probably one of the biggest that Westlake will see all year. So,
that
really,
was a gain of 9 on the play. Yeah, what were you saying?
Really, I mean, you gotta try to get low. Low man wins. Dive by the offensive lineman, grab the running backs by the ankles and pull them down. That's really the only way you can keep these guys contained.
Wow, here comes Victor Pratt as he pulls the handoff and takes it himself for 10.
Well, and the thing with the handing off the ball is they're expecting Hope or Floyd to carry it. Pratt says, okay, cool, I'm just going to run it myself. And he's quick enough that even if you give him a split second of open space, he's going to make the most of it like you just saw right there.
You can see that read option for Pratt, Tamarius Hope, and Deon Floyd has been working wonders this game.
They really have.
They've been sending, you can see Floyd and Jamarius Hope. They do a little crisscross. He decides, do I want to hand it off to either one of these guys? If not, I'll take it myself.
And really, there's no bad decision at this point.
Yeah. And we've got 1st and 10 at the 34 here. And Pratt's going to take a shot to the end zone. Flag on the play.
That DPI.
Pass is incomplete, but
might be
flag on the play.
Yeah.
There were 2 demon defenders around Tayshawn Lane as he tried to make the catch there.
Yeah, I think they got a little too handsy. But that's really the only way you can stop these guys. Is just to get your hands in there and hope the refs don't catch you. Yeah, that is defensive pass interference.
And that's no good.
Nope. Well, and now Rhodes is right where they want to be. They're going to go into their jumbo package. They're going to plow right forward, too.
That'll put them on the 17-yard line.
Yeah.
Or the 15 is where they spot it.
Well, I know they're going to hand it right off to Floyd. And even these skill position players, they're big guys too. So Westlake, it's almost like a pick your poison. Do you go at the offensive lineman or do you go at these skill position players?
And here comes Deon Floyd next to the outside. Deon Floyd runs over a man, and he is stopped at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, he just got stopped just shy of the goal line there. Floyd is I sound like a broken record. He's a natural. He is, like I said, a Walter Payton or a Barry Sanders, a poor man's Barry Sanders. When he finds a hole, he's going to make you pay dearly for that, and he's showing that right now.
And we haven't seen Rose at the goal line yet this game, but I'm sure they'll be okay with all their running backs.
I'm sure that they'll be fine. They're going to put a jumbo set in here. It's going to be a quarterback sneak by Pratt.
And the snap is fumbled as Pratt is able to scoop it up. And
Yeah, but he's not going to get it.
nothing there for Pratt.
He was lucky to even get the ball back to begin with.
And now it is 3rd and 5 coming up.
We got a major third down.
As you heard the PA announcer say, a major third down.
Defend this house. Let's hold them. Let's go, Demons.
This is the biggest, probably one of the biggest plays of the game so far.
Westlake Demons defensive line is going to have to make a stand here if they want to stay in this one.
Bull rush the offensive line.
Here we go. We've got 3 running backs in the backfield for Rhodes.
A couple of them are going to be using blockers.
And he is going to dive.
He might get no.
He is just
down,
shy of the goal line.
24 got the ball.
Here's-
That was Hope. 1st and 10 about the 1 yard line.
And great run by Hope. He dives up the middle there.
I don't want to say that's a backbreaker, but man, that's a big blow to this Westlake morale.
And now they got a 1st down on the 1 yard line.
Yeah. And they're more than capable of getting 1 yard. We all know that. Expect a read option here. I think they're going to fake it to Floyd or Hope, and Pratt's going to keep it himself.
And they've got 3 in the backfield again. And Pratt will run it up the middle for a touchdown. Great call there, Alan.
Thanks. Just a quick little quarterback dive. That's all you really need with their mammoth offensive line that they have. It's a 3-score game.
Alex Harris. That is a big man.
Yeah.
And they're going to go for 2 here
Yeah.
to make it 24.
Wow.
In turn, making it a 4-score game for the Demons. Or 3-score if they can nail the...
Well, they're going to get 3-score to begin with anyway, so it's already 22-0.
And that one
No.
through the hand.
Yeah, just got to catch those. Nevertheless, though, Rhodes has been absolutely dominant, and it's showing. It's Rhodes 22, your Westlake Demons, nada. Nothing.
A minute 32 to go here in the 3rd quarter. The Demons will take over.
Yeah, and, if you're Westlake here, the thing that worries me is Rhodes is already up by 3 scores, and Mackey's shown a complete inaccuracy throwing the football down the field. So you're going to have to get something going. My problem is I just don't know if they can do it.
The question is, what will the Demons do here? Running low on time.
Yeah, you can't. But the thing is, you can't hand it off to Ostrowski. And
Every
remember,
time. Yeah, you're going to run out of time.
That's their playmaker. So, Rhodes has done a great job of taking that away. So, well, we got Porcelli and Rummel back deep.
And let's see who's kicking. Here we got Jamal Sumlin.
We got Rummel and Porcelli, unless they made a change.
We got William
Nope, I'm
Shields
apologizing.
coming into the ball game.
William Shields is back deep. If you're Wesley, you got to pull out all the stops here if you want to climb back into this thing, because this is getting out of hand fast.
Here comes Jamal Sumlin. And that's a good kick by Rhodes standards. Gets to the 20-yard line, fielded by Rummel. Rummel makes a move to the 35, and he's tripped up at the 38-yard line.
That could have been a big play there. If he could have broken that last ankle tackle, Rummel could have been to the house, but nevertheless, a good return, about 16 yards. Now, Westlake, let's air it out a little bit, guys. You got the receivers to do it. Let's see if we got the quarterback to do it.
And the Demons here, they will have 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Yep.
They mark them.
Must have been out of bounds. Yeah, 36.
They've got Caden Cole and Jason Easton near side. Rummel in the slot. Josh Bauer out all alone, guarded by Taysom Lane. Ostrowski in the backfield. And here's the handoff to Ostrowski. Ostrowski, and he'll bounce out of bounds for a gain of 8.
I don't know what that was. You know, you got to handle it off to Ostrowski, but you're down by 22. You got to air this ball out. You need to save as much time as you possibly can. Rhodes is perfectly fine with you running the ball. They'll do what they can to keep you in bounds. So Westlake, Mackie Keenan needs to air it out. Take some risks, guys.
They're going to look to do that or get Ostrowski out of bounds here.
Well, yeah.
As a flag on the
got
play.
A flag. What's this?
Illegal substitution on the defense. Ball went on the field.
Another Rhodes-like penalty.
First down.
Yeah, and, you know, Rhodes has made plenty of mistakes. The problem is Westlake's made plenty of mistakes, too. And the thing is, Rhodes has made them pay for the mistakes. Westlake has not made Rhodes concede a single point on these turnovers or penalties. So, I mean, like I said earlier, it's a death with 1,000 paper cuts, and that's exactly what's happening here.
Ooh, as Keenan's pass goes right through the hands of Eason. And 2nd and 10 coming up at the 50.
Yeah, it's Keenan's. He's being it was an accurate pass, probably one of the most accurate he's thrown. But Eason, you know, he tries to make something happen before you catch the ball. You can't do that. You got to catch the ball first, and then worry about making something happen. Until then, just worry about catching. Here we go.
Keenan pulls the handoff, and he comes up the middle. He's wrapped up by 2 road defenders, and he'll get about 6 on the play.
Yep. That was a nice little read option there. You saw the running game wasn't open for the back, so he just took it himself. Gained about 6 yards.
It's a great run by Keenan. You can see him being a little more cautious, and you can see him scanning the field a lot more.
Well, and he's going to have to do that if Westlake wants a chance in this thing, because what we've been doing is failed miserably.
And here goes Ostrowski. And Ostrowski will break up for a first down.
Nice little nifty run by Will Ostrowski. All he was worried about there was just getting the first down, and that's really the little things. You got to be worried about the little things, too. Sure, you want to get your 20, 30-yard gains, but nice job by Ostrowski just getting a first down. Let's reset.
And the clock will stop with the Rhodes player down. And he'll hobble his way off the field here. We've got 1st and 10. And the refs coming onto the field here.
We have a timeout.
Timeout Rhodes.
Rhodes.
That's their first.
That's their first.
Demons with all 3 timeouts left.
Yeah.
And Rhodes with 2 left.
Well, Johnny, this is my game plan for him. Let Keenan just load it up, throw it as far as he can. Let's try to get Ostrowski down the seams and into the open fields, because if we can do that, I'm telling you, when he catches the ball downfield, there's nobody that can stop him. So I just feel like that, you know, we need to air it out a little bit more. That's really been our big problem is Keenan, wherever he throws it, he just this little handoff after these shovel passes. And Rhodes knows exactly what they're doing, so they have their defenders perfectly aligned. Nobody's on their heels, and I think that's the biggest problem.
Yeah, I think you're totally right there, Alan. Westlake, you know, they seem like a little lackadaisical, a little bit sleepy. And Rhodes is ready to go. They're rearing to go.
Yeah,
they're on their toes. They're rushing, and Westlake is just playing slow.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say you overlook this team, but it's almost like they did. I mean, they're just playing just slow, no urgency whatsoever. Even when we still had a football game in our hands, it was still, they just stood there. We got a whistle.
Flag in the backfield.
Is this false start or is this offside? Let's see.
Illegal substitution.
Nope, that's on Rhodes again.
On the defense. Ball went on the field.
Man.
First down.
Yeah, Rhodes has to get better at this.
Rhodes really wants to play with an extra guy.
They do. I think they're doing just fine with 11. I don't think they do. But yeah, I think that Rhodes, they're really undisciplined. That's kind of being overshadowed right now. But Rhodes has to work on this, or else they're going to be in for a tough year too. We got to
hand off to Ostrowski up the middle. He's stuffed. He'll pick up a couple on the play.
The thing I really admire about Ostrowski is even when he knows he can't get much, he's still driving forward. He does not want to give up on a play until the play is over as we reach the end of the third quarter.
And that'll end the third quarter. Rhodes 22, the Westlake Demons 0. And coming into the fourth quarter, the Demons are going to need a miracle to happen. They're going to need something to change here if they want to win this game.
Yeah, and the disappointing thing is that Rhodes really, Westlake's been in their territory a fair number of times. This could easily be around 21-14 or 22-14. Just mistakes after mistakes after mistakes all in a row. He went 3 straight drives throwing an interception. So it's really just, what are you going to do? How will you stop making these mistakes?
And that's been the story. One team has been able to capitalize on the mistakes. Another team has not been able to.
Well, that's really what happened against North Royalton. We had the ball inside North Royalton's 10. We couldn't come up with a single point. So it's disappointing because we've left a lot of points out on the field these past 2 games. You got to get better if you want to contend in this conference. Because I'm telling you right now, Fairview, Bay, Rocky River, they're not easy outs.
And here we go, 2nd and 4 at the 33, and that snap, oh man, way over the head of Keenan, and he's going to fall on that at the 45. Lost a 10 there.
Right, and the thing is, it's like 1 step forward and 2 or 3 steps back, and Westlake is just right back to square one, too constantly, and if they keep doing this, I hate to say this, but we could be in for another rough year, so there has to be some major improvement, not just for this game, but for next game too.
Demons are going to stay on for 4th and 20. Keenan, pump fakes, and through the hands of Rummel, turnover on downs, and Rhodes will take over here.
Yeah. A little hurried there. I think he had more time than he actually realized, but
Keenan had a lot of time there, more than he's had all night.
Yeah, but more than he's had all day. He's seeing ghosts, which means, I think it's pretty. He's hearing footsteps that aren't really coming after him, so he throws it right to Rummel and just goes right through his hands. You got to catch those things when they're right at your hands. Pull it in and run.
Yeah. With Rummel, it's a lot smaller of a target,
right?
As well. Try to get some students. But they've got to get that team chemistry together, and eventually, hopefully, later in the season, they can crank this out and get that connection.
Yeah. They have talent. It's just raw talent. They need to be really developed.
That's how it's always seemed to be on the Westlake team. Every year, 3 or 4 kids, 5 kids that go play college football, but no wins to show for it.
Yeah.
we got to
Another problem is the good players always are going to St. Ed's and St. Ignatius. So, that doesn't help either.
In our Demons in college football, we have currently Jackson Gregory, Hunter Palmasano, J.J. Coleman, Kevin Walls, and I believe that's about it. And Hunter Palmasano as well.
Yep. Yeah, so watch out for those guys if you're interested in college football.
Nolan Dasek as well, and that's a lot of players who have went to the next level from Westlake. Unfortunately, hasn't translated into team success.
Yeah.
Keenan under pressure, he fires it down to Rummel again. Rummel is clobbered by 2 Rhodes defenders. Nothing there.
Yeah. And the thing is, once a Westlake player does get his hands on the ball, he's going to pay for it dearly. So, I don't want to say they're afraid, but, you got to avoid getting hit, too. So, it's not – it's just a lose-lose in my opinion.
Yeah. And they've been targeting Rummel this game, but haven't had much success.
Nope.
Only 2 catches on the day. And here we are, 1st and 10 at the 45. 11:38 to go here.
Yeah, but Rhodes is going to be content just to run it out as much as they possibly can. So,
and Westlake, as the time ticks by, not much you can do.
No, not much. And I think
they're going to need to stop here.
Yeah.
God. Here comes Pratt again, and he's got room to run. Pratt, as Ostrowski jumps up on top of him.
Yeah. Do we got a flag?
No flag on the play.
No flag.
Looked possibly like a horse.
Yeah.
Or anything.
But Hunter Pratt's, I mean, these guys, they're just so mobile, and it's really just, I don't want to say impossible, but it's really hard to stop them. You almost have to like hide behind the offensive line. The problem is
Pratt's
when
in
Rhodes
pain.
finds you, it's all over.
Pratt appears he's hobbling off the field there after a good run. The read option decides to take himself up the middle for 20.
And really, that's what Rhodes has been doing all this second half. They've just been running all over our defense. And, you know, with the offense being lackadaisical, you got to think the pressure is on the defensive side of the ball just to say, hey, we have to do something because our offense isn't. So that's got to be something, again, it just falls right back on Keenan and the offense. What are you going to do for the next few weeks?
And Desean Coleman back in the game. He hands it off to Deion Floyd, who is tackled by Bren Grudzen. A gain of 6 on the play.
And the thing with Floyd is, you know, 1 minute he's in front of you, next minute he's about 5-6 yards up the field from you. And really, by the time you get him, it's at least a 7 or 8 yard gain. So he's going to be a force to be reckoned with for years to come, I think.
Floyd gets 5 on the play. It's 2nd and 5 at the 30. And Desean Coleman back in, I guess he's not injured.
Okay.
And it seems not really sure what they've been doing with the quarterbacks this game. Starting it off with, and here comes Jaminian. He busts right through the line and takes down Coleman for a loss of 5.
Jaminian just vented some frustration out on that play. He blew through there like a heat-seeking missile, took down the quarterback for a loss of 5. It's now 3rd and long.
Angel Jaminian said,
We're
not going to get this ball. He's going to take it himself.
You know, he's a really fun athlete to watch.
He really is.
I believe that was Coleman in there, right?
Yes. Desean Coleman.
Great job there by Jaminian. That's got SportsCenter written all over it.
Yes, it does. We've got Jamal someone far side. Tayshawn Lane. Snap is low, and they are wrapped up again. 3 Demon defenders all around him.
Yeah, nice job again by the Westlake defense. You know, when they wrap up the guys, there's really no getting away. So they've done a good job wrapping up. The problem is when they don't, it's usually a 10, 15-yard gain for Rhodes. I think that's really the backbreaker for them right now. But a great stand.
That was Harrison Rummel and Ben Grudzen on the sack there.
Yep.
And another low snap.
Yeah, we've seen that a lot from both teams. I wonder if it's just, you know, the youth, the experience. I think it's just one of those things that's going to get better as the season goes on.
Maybe the ball's wet.
Maybe.
I don't
why?
know.
I don't know why, but it could be. You know, everything else. Yeah.
And we've got
now we have 28 watching.
flag on the play here.
Yeah,
as
I wonder if that's
everyone
really
looking around in confusion at
Yeah.
their own sideline.
Well, and that really sums up the game in a nutshell. I mean, this has just been a sloppy game. But the thing is, Westlake's not been able to capitalize on the mistakes.
No, man.
And that's on Rhodes again.
It is. I don't know if Rode, and that's number 67 again. That's probably his 3rd
That's huge.
time.
Yeah, and, you know, you think about Rhodes. Sorry.
He's going to get an earful at a
Oh, boy.
film meeting for that.
Yeah, and you think about Rhodes. If they want to contend too, they got to stop making these mistakes because you're not always going to be facing teams like Westlake. You know, these greater Cleveland area teams are a force to be reckoned with, and if Rhodes doesn't, you know, stop these mistakes, they could be in for a rough year.
And Josh Bauer is going to let that one roll into the end zone for a touchback.
How much time is it?
We have 8:39 to go. The Demons will take over at the 25.
Yeah.
Or the 20. Apologies.
Well, Johnny, there haven't been many bright spots, but would you agree with me that one of them's definitely been Angel Germanian and Brent Grudzen?
Oh, that's probably been my favorite part of the game tonight is watching those two on the defensive line just make plays. And they've been some of the only players on Westlake making big plays tonight. Ben Grudzen with the fumble recovery, Angel Germanian with some sacks.
Well, Germanian, I think, forced a fumble, didn't he?
Angel Germanian, I believe he forced that, and
Yeah.
Grudzen came up with it as Rummel is ripped down for a loss of 11.
Ugh. Well, and I think don't lose faith on this Westlake team. You got to. I don't want to say an easier conference, but it's definitely a manageable conference. You can scrape about 5 or 6 wins out of. So just keep their heads up, and maybe you can get a drive going, build some confidence for next week against Warrensville Heights.
Yeah, and this is a team that Westlake's never really played before. It's always been Southwestern Conference, and they're going to have to adjust to these new types of opponents.
Yeah, and I think they will. I don't think it'll take them that long at all. Coach LaRocco, I think he knows what he's doing. We're in the right direction. It's just we got an incompletion there. It's growing pains now, but I think this team has definitely a bright future ahead of them.
And Cooper Rummel again through his hands as Christian Rogers now at the quarterback for the Demons.
Yeah.
They give the junior a chance, number 4.
Yeah, I mean, when you're down like this, there's really, for Westlake, the way that they've been playing, not really much hope to come back. But let's give Rogers a chance to see what he can do, build some confidence for next week against Warrensville Heights. That's a winnable game for Westlake. You just got to stop making mistakes. If they can cut down on mistakes, there's no doubt in my mind that they could be a 500 team. But they've got to stop shooting themselves in the foot.
Westlake beat Warrensville Heights last year.
Yeah, that was exciting, wasn't it?
It was a close game.
Yeah, it was Ostrowski got the carry there.
As they are brought down for a loss again in 4th down and 18 here for the Demons.
But the thing that worries me about Warrensville Heights is they only lost by 2. They're going to want revenge. And after seeing what Rhodes has done to us, they're going to study that film like hawks. So Westlake's going to have to be prepared, which I think they will be.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, Coach LaRocco knows what he's doing. We're headed in the right direction.
Well,
It's going to take some time.
Wow. We've got some confusion on the field.
Yeah, we got a timeout now.
Daniel Rocco angry on the field.
Yeah, I think it's just, the emotions kind of getting the better of them, and it's
Rogers wasn't able to get the snap off in time, had to burn a timeout there. Just under 7 minutes to go.
Yep.
1973. Visit the website at www.nrttc.com. That's www.nrttc.com.
Well, we're probably going to have to go for it here because
What choice do you have?
Choice. Just let Rogers air it out and see if he can't get Rummel or Bauer out there.
And Keenan comes back into the game. Rogers, the JV quarterback and a defensive player on the varsity team.
Yeah.
But they'll go back to their leader, Mackie Keenan, and captain. And, it looks like Keenan is going to punt here. Keenan also the punter. So
Yes.
he's back in his own end zone. Eason sprints onto the field.
Yeah, I got a late man in their substitution, but it's okay.
Keenan gives this one a boot about 15 yards, and that'll bounce backwards.
Yeah.
And that was about a 12-yard kick.
Yeah, the kicking woes for each team have just been, pretty obvious. You saw that kick from Keenan, and now let's cut him a little bit of slack because he's been taking a beating all day. But Rhodes is going to get the ball inside their 20-yard line, and I think we're going to see a big, heavy dose of Pratt's and Floyd.
Both teams seem to have their parallels. Both were blown out last week. Both struggle with kicking, have had a lot of penalties, a lot of injuries, good runners, not the best throwers. It's a game of two very similar teams.
Yeah.
And here we go. 1st and 10 for Pratt. He'll hand it off to Floyd. Floyd, he's in trouble, but Floyd wow. As the ball pops out at the end, but Floyd already out of bounds.
Yeah.
And you just got to wonder if Floyd, it looked like he was going to take a loss of 6 or 7 there, and he turned it into a gain of 4.
Yeah, I mean, this guy, he's got all the makings of being a phenomenal running back. He's showing flashes right now. Could you imagine seeing him in a couple of years of development? I mean, he's going to be unreal.
And Deion Floyd, he is a senior. He has done his dues here. And
he has, and I think he's going to get his fair number of scholarship offers, too.
Yeah, I wish the best of luck to young Floyd.
Yeah.
And fake handoff here. Pratt will take it. Pratt's will rumble out of bounds. Close to the first down there.
Probably half-yard shot.
It looks like they're going to move the chains for him.
Okay. Yeah, generous spot there.
Very generous. We've got 1st and 10 now at, it's like the 16.
We had 29 people. Jeff on No Man said, "What is going on?"
Desean Lane guarded by Burnett. Here's Desean Floyd again. He's got blockers, and he is wrapped out of bounds by 3 Demon defenders.
Yeah.
Arrington Taylor pulling up on the play, gripping that hamstring again.
I think just let Taylor sit out, drink some water, and prepare for next week because
There's no point of playing him.
No, there's not. I mean, the game's already
You can
almost
see he's
over.
in pain.
Yeah.
And here we go, 2nd and 5 at the 11. They've got Jamal Sumlin, now guarded by Burnett.
That's cash. That's extra stuff. Is something going on? Hold on. Right now, we're just gonna
Dion and De'Aaron Cowling in the backfield.
First time we've seen him in the backfield today.
And that play nearly tackled by Jaminian for a huge loss. He's got some space,
Is he gonna score?
and he'll be tackled for a loss of 2.
Yeah.
You can see Jaminian blow that play up, went right through the line, put him under a pressure. He's able to escape Jaminian, but the Westlake entourage ensued and tackled him for a loss.
Yep.
Time winding down here as it's tackled in bounds. 3rd and 16 now.
How much time's left, Johnny?
We are winding down just under 5 minutes now. Taylor runs off the field. Pratt drops back, fires to the end zone, and it is caught
Yeah, too easy.
by Jamal Sumlin. How did he catch that? Just a perfectly placed throw.
Yep.
2 defenders around.
Receiver could catch it.
That was Bauer and Burnett in coverage,
Yeah.
or Bauer and Liam Shields, number 22.
Rhodes touchdown.
And now they're going to go and try to make it an even 30 here.
Yeah. Some may call this running up the score, but it's not. I mean, their kicking woes are obvious. So
We have got Jamal Sumlin and Desean Lane as the receivers. Here's Cole, and they're going to hand it off to Black Coburn, and he'll rumble in for 2.
and that's going to bring us to a mercy rule, I do believe.
Oh, do we have mercy rules?
Yes, if it's 30 or more points when the play starts, they're going to run the clock.
Oh, yeah. Running clock now, yeah.
Well, this is not how we expected this to go.
No, the Demons home opener, but it's a long season ahead.
Yeah, we still have
We
8
still
games
have
left.
plenty of games left. Westlake will be facing some
Warrensville
easier
Heights.
opponents later on in the season. Warrensville Heights. They'll be going up
Fairview.
against Rocky River,
Rocky
Fairview.
River, Bay, Normandy. So those are winnable games. I think we can definitely see
This is
an improvement.
some great character building for the Demons.
Yeah.
Let's see how they can bounce back after this. And,
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. You don't want to get too down in your luck, or else you're going to find yourself in the exact same play.
and one thing you will notice about the Demons is they'll play to the whistle. They play hard to the whistle.
They do.
That's how they're taught. That's how they play.
Well, Coach
They give their
Lorato
best.
is a great teacher. I mean, he just tells them, hey, once the clock hits 000, then you could stop. But until then, keep on going. So this team is definitely going to show a lot of fight this season. So it's still going to be a very interesting team to watch, but definitely, you have to admit, a long way to go.
No matter the score, the Demons are always going to fight.
Yep. You admire that. You got to admire that about them.
You always got to admire that, yeah. On another note, the band has been great tonight.
They have. Shout out to all the
Always
band
been
members.
Always been a shining spot here at the stadium.
Yep.
As that kick, bounces off the foot
Live
of
ball.
the Demons, and Harrison Rummel will cover that one, and he'll run out of bounds there. Another little short kick bounces off the foot of the Demons. Luckily, catastrophe was avoided.
Yep. And, Westlake, it's just, I think, a matter of confidence building now. You're not going to come back, but just let's get a few completions, get down the field, and at least have something to hold your head high on.
Get your reps in, practice some plays,
Right.
And try again next week.
I mean, this is obviously not the ideal situation, but regardless, this is the situation you're put in. You got to make the best of it. So, yeah.
Porcelli in the backfield. They've got Eason, Caden Cole, Rummel, and Bauer as the receivers, as it's been all night. High snap, and Keenan is blown up for a loss of a few.
That really threw the play off from the beginning. You just tell at that high snap that it was a broken play. Keenan, that's all he could really do.
Yeah, and these snaps have been a problem because, it throws the momentum off for the play.
That was actually Rogers. Sorry.
They brought Rogers in.
Yeah. We remind Demon fans that next week we are home against Warrensville Heights. Starts at 7, so if you want to come out, you're more than welcome.
And Rhodes jumps the gun there.
Like they've been doing all game.
Red ball. Encroachment on the defense. 5 yards.
It was a whiteout theme tonight. You can see the whole crowd looking like a white wall.
Kind of like it all started at Penn State when they would do their whiteouts for every game, big game that they would have. One big game, usually either Ohio State or Michigan, they would have a whiteout. So it's kind of cool how that tradition's carried over to here.
Whiteouts, greenouts, blackouts, and another high snap sails over Christian Rogers.
Christian, you just have to fall.
Yeah, he's going to try to run, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage or just shy. And that's an interesting thing. The snaps were high to begin with, but now with a shorter quarterback, it was probably about, let's see.
It's magnified a little bit more.
Yeah, 6 inches shorter. Yeah. It's even worse.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how Christian Rogers can take control of the helms of this offense here. He drops back. He's looking near side, caught by Porcelli. Porcelli makes a move. Porcelli up across the middle, and he'll dive forward for a gain of 10 and a first down.
We talked about how this team is always fighting, and you just see that there. We know it's 30-0, but they don't care. They're going to fight like it's still 0-0. This resolve and grit in this team is just amazing.
And it's a lot of young guys who have a lot to prove here.
Yeah.
Porcelli, only a junior.
Rogers, I think, is a
junior.
Yep.
A lot of people as well getting some of their first varsity action.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's Rogers rolling. He'll take it up the sideline. He'll get a gain of a few there. And it looks like he had men open, but just under too much pressure.
Yep, he had Durrani. Good job making something out of nothing if you're Christian.
And that's just that Rhodes defensive line just swarming you.
Yep. We want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. This really couldn't have been possible without you guys. So thank you all for tuning in, and let's have better luck next week.
Yeah, we do want to thank all the WHBS TV viewers. They make it all possible.
Yep.
And a flag in the backfield.
That's probably offsides, you think.
Red ball. No. False start.
No, that's a false start. Never mind.
Move the football. 5-yard penalty.
Move the football.
And as the Demons get 5 yards on that play, it is immediately taken back.
Yep. That's really kind of what the game has been like. It's one step forward, a couple steps back, and you're right back where you started. So, yeah.
Hand off to Porcelli. Porcelli up the middle. Porcelli gets to the outside. He's at the 30. He's at the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Matthew Porcelli.
Beautiful job there by Porcelli. Nobody was catching him. And something to hold your heads high on there, Westlake.
Here we go, Demons. Matthew Porcelli with a huge run of 47 yards for the touchdown.
Well, I think next week he's going to probably spell a Will Ostrowski when Ostrowski needs a breather. And you know what? I'm okay with that if he can burst runs like that. Great blocking and even better running. Great job by the line, getting a good push up front, and Westlake avoids the shutout.
The Demons here cut it to a 24-point game. It looks like they're going to
go for 2, or they're going to keep PAT.
They're going to keep the offense on.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Oh, they'll send out the kicker, Bashir Al-Ramahi.
Yeah.
And we'll give Bashir a shot. He is 1 for 0 on the year in extra points. Hasn't taken a field goal yet.
No. Well, he had a field goal against North Royalton, too. All right, the extra point's good.
Kick is up and good by Bashir Al-Ramahi.
Well, obviously, still a insurmountable comeback, but give Westlake some credit there. You know, they still blocked hard, got a nice touchdown just to hold your heads high on for next week against Warrensville Heights.
And, yeah, the Demons avoid the shutout there. We see a little touchdown. Nice to see. And a 23-point deficit for the Demons.
I wouldn't be surprised if we did an onside kick just like a practice thing.
I'd love to see Bashir Al-Ramahi do an onside kick here.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
He's got that nice little touch on the ball from playing soccer.
Yeah.
And we can see Coach Gary Myers firing up his special teams here.
One last stand.
Coach Gare, a Westlake Demon icon, known
absolutely.
by all.
Yep.
Here's Al-Ramahi. And a minute 32 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
And a nice kick by Al-Ramahi. Caught at the 1 yard line. And he'll kneel that one. And they'll go up to the 20-yard line.
So I think you're just going to see a couple of quarterback keepers. And that's going to be all she wrote.
Yeah, not much you can do here if you're the Demons, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Just bounce back next week.
Yeah, that's really all you can ask of them. Really all you can ask of them. A tough loss this week, but, you know, it's a 24-hour rule. So this time tomorrow, you're going to have to be thinking about Warrensville Heights.
Mm-hmm. We'll be back here next week. The fans will be back here next week. And HBS Television will be back here next week.
Yes, sir.
Kareem Sadiq coming into the game for Angel Dominion.
Okay.
And so Ostrowski in coverage at the safety. And they're just going to kneel this one.
Yep.
And let the clock run down.
They're probably going to have to snap it one more time, but that's going to be about it.
Minute 20 to go.
Once again, thank you to everyone who has tuned into this live stream. We hope to see you back here next week.
We've really enjoyed this opportunity and great experience here. We hope to be back next week. Yep.
Clock's still running.
And, you hate to go out on a loss here, but it's something the Demon fans have grown used to.
Yeah, unfortunately, we haven't had the best of luck in the past 5 years. But I think Coach Locker's going to build this team up in no time. So, but still, clearly a long way to go. But we have a bright future.
And fans filing out of the building and teams exiting the field here, trying to beat the traffic.
Yeah, you can't blame them. Well, there's probably going to be a traffic jam outside, but that's okay. That is that.
Here come the players. Come here to give handshakes,
Yeah.
even with the COVID-19 guidelines.
Game.
And that is the end of the game, folks. I'm Johnny Kilroy here with Alan Wiley. And everybody have a great night and drive safe, folks.
See you next week.
See you next week.
Great job, guys, announcing.
Thanks.
Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah.
Should I let you say?